Hey, everybody.
Um, First off, we usually start the show asking everybody how was their week. So Tavon, I'm gonna start with you. How was your week?
My week was good. I cannot complain. Coming back from the holiday, we had traveled. So I made the decision to make my own Thanksgiving. So I have my own leftovers now that I'm back home. But other than that, I can't complain. Mm,
Yeah, that's good. That is definitely
yeah,
good.
need that.
We'll talk about that. Mercedes.
Yeah, I was just getting over the Thanksgiving hangover. I needed like a long time. All that time with family and stuff. Not to say I don't love them, but I love my personal space more. So definitely recharging this week.
Okay. Elise.
This week was very, very, very annoying just because you get off the hype of, Thanksgiving and the family being there and then going back to work. That's like, I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, I was just saying it every day. I don't feel like being here. I don't feel like it. That's why I try not to take off so many days at one time. Because I don't know how people do it. They be taking off like 2 weeks and then to come back. I be struggling after 4 days, 3, 4 days. So yeah, it was a
Mm-mm.
struggle, but I made it through. TGIS is Saturday. So I'm good.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, me on the other hand, I had a really good week, and I ate some leftovers as well. Because you do have to cook your own Thanksgiving. I had to notice that about 10 years ago. You got to cook your own Thanksgiving. Don't you go in nobody's house thinking you're gonna eat a lot. They'll surprise the hell out of you. Come there with one ham, knowing everybody like ham. I had to be killing me with dumb stuff like that. Like, nah. I just don't understand. Is there anything that y'all ate at Thanksgiving that's non-traditional? Like this Thanksgiving, I had an apple cake. I ain't never had no apple cake before. I'm just letting y'all know. I had apple cake. It was actually pretty good.
Apple cake is good. Um, well, I'll go first if that's okay. Every year is a different because for us because we do our main big meal is breakfast. So we do a big Thanksgiving breakfast brunch or whatever. So um everybody's which is actually really good for me because everybody's shopping for the other food and when I'm just shopping for a bunch of breakfast food at the time. So we still do dinner. My sister does dinner, but um yeah, the main thing is breakfast too. So that's the difference in that. And usually I don't eat a lot of the dinner food. So yeah, that's just my difference.
Okay.
Um, when I was in Jersey, we do a prime rib. Like we do a turkey, but we also do a prime rib. And then I made gingerbread cake this year. So normally we do pies, but we kind of steered towards cakes and things this year. And I agree, at least. Like when I came back, everything was so much more cheaper for me to get everything for me to make my own Thanksgiving meal here
Mhm.
that it was just like I think that's the wave, like to make something that's so easy to get on Thanksgiving and then enjoy the actual Thanksgiving later on. Like I'm here for it.
Um, I didn't eat anything non-traditional. Thanksgiving is not the time for me to be eating non-traditional. So everything was across the board. And I guess I could say non-traditional for my family. I found out not everybody has greens or I know, right, Lisa J? I was like, what? Talking with my coworkers, there's a girl who was like, we never have greens. I'm like, how do you not have greens?
Right.
Yo,
Because they
for real,
eat that.
she told me like I just thought this younger generation, and not to put her on the front street, but she was like her family doesn't do greens. She just thought it was a thing of the past for black folks.
Of the
She
What?
didn't know
past.
people still had greens.
Mm.
And I
What?
was
Gotta get
like,
these motherfuckers up.
okay.
These
So wait,
souls are
is
so lost.
so is so is it
I
just greens, like any kind of greens, or just collard greens?
Yeah, no, like they had like string beans. That was like their greens. They didn't have any type of collard greens. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, so
Hmm.
So,
y'all wait a
but
minute. So y'all do more than one?
I mean, sometimes
Vegetables?
people mix
Yeah.
greens,
Yeah, you do kale, collards, mustard. It all
mustard.
Mustard.
depends
Yeah,
on what you're into. I know some people started doing the collards and cabbage kind of thing, so
but
it varies. But we're
yeah.
we're regular traditional. We had two pots of greens
Two pots of greens.
to eat because
Wow.
they go. That's the family
No, no,
thing.
no. I hear you. I just two pots of greens. Because greens sometimes stink.
Uh,
That's
well,
why
then you
I'm
wouldn't have
saying
liked
that.
us. We had hot
No, no,
dogs
no.
and chitlins.
It's not a bad thing, but greens stink. Like you get green juice in your car, it's in your car.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
let's get it out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, you're
It's
not
in your
taking
car
a
for
can
a
of
reason.
that and transporting it or anything. So, yeah,
Some people
no.
take some food home, so that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah,
Oh,
nah.
okay. I get you. Um, okay. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
some
never
people
heard
take
of that
food
before,
home.
not
So
having green any that's different. That's very different.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Noted.
yeah, that's
Noted.
different for me. We always had greens. I ain't really do too much of the kale. People don't usually mix it. Cabbage is optional. Um, Stuffing is major. Dressing is optional. I realized that's the difference. I thought it was all the same thing. I didn't know it was considered dressing because it wasn't inside the turkey. I thought it was just
Oh,
most stuffing that they just had so much they just made an extra pan. That's what I
Oh.
always thought. But you get to know some people, you hear different things. Um,
So, I mean, that's a good whatchamacallit, because literally there's always the big debate because we say stuffing and down here they say dressing.
dressing.
And
it's
I'm
It's
dressing,
like,
I
right?
think it's regional too. Yeah,
yeah, and I'm like,
yeah.
but I realize there's a lot more to the dressing thing than it is to the stuffing. And yeah, I was telling someone when I first moved down here, I had no idea what that was, and they had a potluck at my job, and I was like, "Oh," she's like, "And I'm gonna make some dressing," and I'm like, "She cheap. She just gonna buy dressing and say she made dressing. That's crazy."
Yo,
And
I
I
thought the same.
really did. I was like, "Oh," I
Yo,
didn't know what the,
I thought the
I
same thing.
really
I'm
didn't know
sitting there,
what
I'm
to.
like, dressing. Oh,
I
y'all
didn't
tripping.
know, and I was sitting
They
there, and then when the day came for it, and I was like, "Where's the salad?" Like she's like, I really was confused. I've never heard that term before, and they're like, I said, "What is that?" So, yeah, I wasn't a fan. Um, I wasn't a fan. I think it was more of a texture thing for me. Maybe she had too much of the cornbread in it, and it was just great. Like I don't know, but I was just like, okay, I'll stick to my thing. But I did make dressing this year because I wanted to try it, and I made it my way. So it's my dressing because it wasn't in the turkey.
Was your dressing? Okay. Personal pan joint. All right now. That's good to hear.
mine has
Only
to
thing I
be in the
made
bird.
only only thing I made was sweet potato pie and yams. Only thing I made. That was it.
Hmm.
Well, that ain't no small feat, Dennis.
Right.
Sweet potato pies
That
are
ain't
hard.
Sweet
Okay, I
potato
think
pie.
people.
That's
one
major.
thing you
And why you
well
ain't
one thing
share?
you well because I didn't get the right crust. That's why I ain't shit.
Well,
That's the
Uh,
I'm
one
putting in
thing
a
I had to
special
do.
request, please.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. There we go. So
We're
one
gonna
thing I
have a we're
noticed
gonna
about
have
the
a
whole
contest.
situation,
Oh
I ain't doing no
yeah.
contest. Whoever in the
Yes.
contest they win. I ain't doing no contest. But one thing I've learned is that you got to get your pie crust earlier than when you thought you had to get it. Don't try to wait till
Mhm.
November. That's not a good time to go get pie crust.
Hmm.
If you're not gonna make it yourself, then
yeah, I
yes,
was gonna say make it
definitely
yourself.
make it yourself. If not,
I'm not.
then you
I'm
definitely
not that talented. I'm not even gonna try no shit like that.
It's
it's
not
Um,
that
it's not that
hard.
hard. Like
I hear
it's
you.
first of all, you ain't gotta even watch a whole like YouTube video anymore. You can literally go on TikTok and they'll give it to you in ASMR steps to get the pie crust done or any kind of food done. So I would highly think that you can try it out because you already probably have flour in the house and just the
Water,
basic you put
butter,
it together.
salt. That's about it. And patience.
And I
Patience.
ain't got one of them rollies either, so
Yeah,
I
wine bottles
understand
work.
that.
Oh,
I understand where y'all coming from though. Maybe I should have made it. Either way, I'll try it next time. I'll try it. I'll try it. I'll make one around Memorial Day because I had that conversation with Sharon. I said, when you gonna try something new, you try some new stuff on a barbecue holiday. That way, ain't
nah,
nobody gonna complain about it because it's a barbecue holiday.
not a barbecue holiday.
That works
Like,
too.
like if it's your first time making macaroni and cheese, you should make macaroni and cheese at a barbecue holiday. Because ain't nobody sitting there looking for it. It's like, oh no, this is a barbecue holiday. Oh,
No,
they do a
wait a
little pan of
minute.
macaroni and cheese. Who made that? Like,
No, no, no. People are looking for macaroni and cheese at a barbecue. I'm telling you right now.
I have my barbecue. Ain't no macaroni and cheese in my barbecue.
Yeah, that's a little like that's for me. That intro has been new. Like back in the day, you had the salads and all variations: potato,
Right,
macaroni, seafood.
right.
You didn't have like and baked beans, which might have been like the hottest thing on your plate.
That's
Like
it.
we didn't do baked macaroni and
Then you
cheese
had I ain't,
before.
I ain't no macaroni and cheese in my joint.
Yeah,
Macaroni and cheese there. And that's
Okay.
because I mean, I don't know. I don't know why, but I've majority have seen it, and it's just in it because they're just like, hey, we want some of that too, because they everyone's eating stuff. So yeah, the
hmm,
sides, but that is a side that was macaroni and cheese at the barbecue.
Okay.
So
I'm just
maybe
giving.
because it's like not fully outside. I think that's what it was when it wasn't fully outside at somebody's house and they just have it and whatever. That I think if it's fully outside, we go into a park, then no one's bringing a whole pan of macaroni and
yeah.
cheese. But at somebody's house, yeah, somebody don't make
Mm,
macaroni and cheese.
mm.
That's that's when I think you should try the new stuff. What I'm trying to say is you don't try no new stuff on Thanksgiving. That's what I was basically trying to say. You
No,
want to try some new
no.
stuff. You want to know because inside your house the new stuff is good because it's in your house. But you actually want to know if it's good. Just put a small pot of pan of it to the side. One of the small pans to the side on a barbecue holiday. That's all. If it's your first time making peach cobbler, put it together on a barbecue holiday. Don't wait until then. So when I try that crust by itself, I try that at the barbecue holiday. I let y'all know how I go. I record it.
Okay,
All right,
I'm gonna hold you to
See
it.
what they think. Yeah, I'm gonna see what they
cooking with
think.
Dennis.
See how they
I'm
react.
Cook,
excited.
cook.
Right. But meanwhile, there are some things I wanted to talk to y'all about. It was a couple questions. Now, this girl, I couldn't put the video up here, but this girl had a thing where she said girl code was nothing but code for cock blocking coochie. Cock blocking with coochie. My fault. That's what she said girl code was. Girl code is nothing but code for cock blocking with coochie. Have y'all heard this before? Experienced it? You know, her full, let me give her a full thing that she was saying. She was like, if you ain't, really talking to this guy, or if you ain't really into this guy, there should be no girl code. Like if me and you went to the club and you was like, oh, I see Malcolm over there. I like Malcolm. But if you ain't go talk to Malcolm, then it's all fair game. Is what she was saying. Shouldn't be no girl code that, oh, I like Malcolm and you went ahead and talked to him. Have y'all experienced this before? Seen it? Anybody got anything?
I've never seen it in the wild. Let me say that. I mean, I've heard people say this crazy mess, but when she, if it's about a man, I'm not fighting you, sis, over no dude. If you like Malcolm, even though I told you I like Malcolm, you can have. But I am gonna look at you funny because that just makes
Mm,
me wonder if anything else that I say that I want or I'm interested in, if you're going to go after. So, are we in competition? Like, so it would make me look at them funny, but I would say I've never in my circle of friends had anything to worry about. Like, when it came to girl code, it was more so we came together, we leave together. Like that nigga want to talk to you, he need to get your number. Y'all need to make arrangements, but we not fitting to let you leave with Malcolm because I don't know if you're going to end up on Dateline. So I think it's variations of this.
what?
Um, go ahead, Sadie. I saw you open your mouth. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I just thought of
Uh, Go ahead, Elise.
the, um I
I don't like the
have
way y'all just
had
passing this shit like a hot potato. What's like what's going on around here?
no, because I'm when she was talking, I was like, I had somebody. We're not friends anymore. And obviously it's not my ladies here. Uh, who I think tried to take advantage of the girl code, I guess, whatever, and me just being me, like okay, but she kind of was like every guy. Oh, he's cute. I want to talk to him. Oh, he's because I was like, oh, okay, go for it. And even if I was like, oh yeah, he is cute, she and okay, and it was just like somebody in a competition with themselves, and I'm not in that competition with you, but she literally would just stake claim on everything because if she even thought to that I was interested. And I'm
Mm.
like, okay. And came out even with the guy who was trying to talk. Like I had a guy actively trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm good. And she was like, I'm interested. He was like, oh okay, and it ended up. I wasn't interested, but ended up hooking up. Even if I was slightly like, okay, he's cute or whatever, and I'm like, we're good. I wouldn't care if somebody else or she just whatever, but didn't even give me the opportunity to say those things. She just jumped on it and was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And he still ended up when they got together trying to talk to me afterwards. And I'm like, "See, this is why I don't, because there you're the first person to blame when that goes down. Oh, well, you tried. No, I did not. So yeah, that was a very only really really one person tried to do that, and that was terrible, terrible, terrible.
Well, my cousin told me this story that this girl tried to talk to him, so she sent this other girl at him uh to go. I guess that was her girlfriend. Sent her at him to go talk to him, and he went to go look at the girl, and he said the first thing I looked at then was her feet. He's like, I looked down at her feet, and I said, "No, I'm good." And what's up with you though? Like that's what I was. He was like, "No, I'm good. What's up with you though?" And I was like, "Man, didn't that cause like some conflict or something?" And they both was like, "No, it didn't cause no conflict." And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, "Dang." She sent her over there, all the way over there to go, play shy sister, and shit ain't even working out. Damn shame.
I mean, but that had to be years ago because we don't like. I know people when they were younger doing that. Hey, go talk to him for me, or go talk to whatever for me, or see if whatever because they were too shy to whatever themselves. But that can't be nothing recent. I'm sorry, that can't be anything recent.
It was
Don't
to be honest with you, it was about 2013 around that time.
uh,
That's when they told me the story. About that time.
okay. Well, they told you the story, so then I'll date it back 2 years before that. Okay, so that's still that. Okay, then. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's when they told me the story. That's how they told it to me. So I know y'all didn't have those girl cool situations in y'all circle, but I was just asking, have y'all ever heard somebody else that had it? And do y'all believe that is true? That people really do be out here cock blocking with coochie?
Yeah.
I don't think it's true if it's your real circle.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
feel
I'll
like
say that.
that shit happens with like frenemies and associates, right? Because there's that like underlying competition, like Elise was saying already. If it's your girls, you and this somebody you like, you've already talked about the guy within your circle. They know that you like
Mhm.
him. They know why you like him, and they probably already know your future kids' names.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm,
So it's like, oh,
mm.
she real invested.
Yeah.
She likes him that much. We see him all the time when we go out together. He knows the crew, right?
Yeah.
So that's different versus somebody you just cool with, happen to be out with. That you're going out friends or associates, and then you see somebody. I've had it happen though. I've had it happen.
That's cool.
I don't
I
know.
haven't on the man side, I haven't had those situations. I haven't talked to nobody. One of my homies was talking to. We usually ain't interested in the same women, honestly. Yeah. That's usually
And
what
there's
I've
that
started.
too.
Yeah, we usually ain't interested in the same women, and I definitely don't want nobody that they've been with. Not saying that they nasty or nothing like that, But I'm just saying, from once you hear the stories and everything, like I'm not you. If it was a problem for you, what the fuck is it gonna be for me? I ain't going through that
Right.
shit. The hell? That's what I mean when I say it. So that's why I'm cool. Rather get my own situation, try to make my own special thing, and
I
hopefully that
feel,
they have something special so that they could go ahead and have a good time.
I feel like y'all
Um,
are more likely to do that though. No offense, but
we're more likely to steal each other's people.
not still, but like, I mean, and I'm just too many songs about about different things, but y'all are more likely to like, you
Miss
know,
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
or not still, but just like, and it might be just the same thing as us, like, that might be just a shady guy in your crew, who whatever, but or I feel like if y'all like, oh yeah, I tried to holler at her, but it wasn't for me, then, later on, you I feel like y'all do that
There's some
more
dudes
than
out
us.
there like that. I mean,
Mm.
I've been in some situations where we were like I was at a situation where I was waiting to see this stripper. Right? It was they had a stripper for a bachelor party. I was waiting. I had my ones ready, but it was like five dudes in the room with one stripper. So I was just like, I'll wait. I'll wait till they get done. I'll wait my turn. Like, and I waited. I fell asleep. I wake up. One of them motherfuckers took her home. I said, what the fuck? I'm sitting here with all these ones, and I done fell asleep at the bar.
That was an epic night.
Right.
Like, dog. I seen the dude like weeks later. I was like, how you leave with the stripper? He was like, you talking about Cassandra? I'm like, you know her name? What the fuck? Like, what is
That's his
going on
lady.
with me?
That's his lady now.
That's the kind of things that we be talking about right here. We be like, dude, you can't take these motherfuckers nowhere, man.
That's his
Nowhere to
lady.
go.
What you
William, we
mean?
was sitting here, we was talking about does girl code mean cock blocking with coochie? That's what we was talking about. I was telling about the guy code, some situations there. I do have another question for y'all. Now this one, these are just questions. Don't shoot the messenger. They're just questions. All right. Now it says in marriage, should sex be available on demand? All right. These are just questions. Don't shoot the messenger.
No.
No. Okay. You wanna
No.
elaborate why not?
I think you have to be considerate of your partner, and I think you have those times where it's like spontaneous, it's fun, it happens. The infamous 4 o'clock in the morning wake up, that's cool. But then there's some days that if I'm tired, you need to let me sleep. So we need to. It's not on tap. Ass is not on tap. Um, even though you're married, like no, no, we will cue the Law and Order music. Okay,
Mm,
like no.
I
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
think you gotta be able to read the room and the situation.
What wrong?
Um, I mean, I don't mind, but people use sex for different things. Like sometimes it's a stress reliever, so you need to know if that's how your partner is using sex. Sometimes it's a form of expression and passion. Sometimes there's nothing else to do. Shit, COVID, it was like, what else are we gonna do? So you gotta read the room and what are you using it for? I feel like I don't have a
What do you
problem
what
with
do
you
you
having
what do you
access to
mean?
me,
What do you
huh?
mean? What are you using it for?
Because, like I said,
Trying to.
some people use sex
Yeah.
as like a stress reliever. So you had a bad day at work, you want to come home and go to Pound Town, but I'm just a piece of meat at that time, point in time. There's like no, you got to know what
Oh,
do it for me.
And then
okay.
you put all of that anger in me. So all that anger and frustration that you just had, you now put that in me. Like it goes a little deeper than just the act, but it was like, yeah, I don't you gotta read the room. Like you gotta read the room. If your spouse just finished dealing with y'all bad kids and you think
Mm.
that she's gonna want to turn around and poke her butt out, mm, No, you better off just rubbing her back and let her go to sleep. Like, read the room. Read the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's dependent upon the couple.
Okay. In my lifetime, I think I've had sex on demand in maybe one or two relationships. Me saying two, I might be stretching, but I know for sure one of them. But that ain't always work out. So
So let me
I
ask
do
a
understand.
secondary question, right, to this, right?
Right.
How long? How long is the performance, right? So that is my question to the sex on demand. So if you had an hour to fit in your foreplay and the intercourse, how would you break that up?
I don't know. Depends on the night. Depends on the time. Let me just say that. I ain't gonna say the night. Depends on the time. If it's early in the morning, might be fast. Gotta get to work. Um, if it's a day we ain't really doing too much, might be long. If I had a sexual performance enhancement drug, it might be super long, even though I don't take those. But if I had a sexual performance enhancement drug, aka a gas station pill, it might be super long. I might be the man of your dreams. You understand? Call me porno dick. You know what I mean? But it all depends. You know what I mean? Now does the sexual performance enhancement drugs, are they a bad thing to y'all? Do y'all feel some type of way about those?
I don't even think they work. Like, go off.
Damn.
Like, go off.
I don't think.
If it work, it work. I
I
ain't got,
mean, I don't
I
yeah.
know.
don't. Yeah,
I don't
like
discriminate. If it's gonna give me the
Yeah.
Damn.
performance of a lifetime, do
Oh
you, girl?
yeah. Listen,
Do you?
pop them both,
Y'all,
red and blue.
y'all,
If it's
y'all are fucking buying by the case if they really do that work. Hey, listen, get that shit out the drawer. I don't need that regular shit you bring in the house. Get that shit out the drawer. I'll see you in about 2 hours. All right. Let that shit dissolve under your tongue. like,
It be like that though. Sometimes,
yeah,
as and I'm just speaking on personal experience. I'll use I statements.
yes.
Sometimes you need your back banged out, so you don't care about the enhancement. You know, I'm
yeah.
not saving my game.
I
Williams.
mean,
As the four
Williams
kids
said,
went
now,
on the
right, the stars align. He said, I've
sometimes
been
it be
married
like
for
that.
15 years. It diminishes over the years. It was on demand until our first child. At the 4 kids is when all the stars align.
That's what I'm
That's crazy.
saying.
That,
You gotta
that's
start
crazy.
handing out, little gummy melatonin, and
Ah,
we'll send them.
take your ass to sleep.
you just have to have that good old nighttime routine to really like, okay, and now this, and
All of
now
them
this,
have
and
them
then
Bose noise canceling headphones on, and don't
they
come out
have
your room. Okay,
right, exactly.
don't knock on my door.
Gotta wait till the kids go to school. That's all. That's like the best time when the kids in school. Kids in school, anything with that.
Oh goodness.
It's like the best time though. All right, listen, I do have a letter though. All right, let me make sure I get this letter together. All right, dear Sal Jones, me and my man haven't had sex for a little over 2 weeks. This is the longest that we have gone without sex, except for the 6 weeks that we waited after our son was born. But anyways, anytime you try to get in the mood with him, he just doesn't. I'll back my booty up on him while we are in the bed, and he would rub it and rub my thighs and my butt and keep telling me that we need more communication because we barely talk anymore. I guess. Uh, is it what he said? He works from 7 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. every day, except on Sundays, sometimes Saturdays. I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right. Usually never turns me down. Help me, please.
Oh, I have so many questions.
Well, let's see.
Like
Let's get it.
one of my questions would be, is that their only child? Is that their? I don't. I'm asking because like, maybe he's maybe he's like, I'm working on this hard. I don't want no. I'm not gonna pull out. I don't want another kid, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I'm like, that's my first reaction was okay. I mean, and yes, I feel like work and working, especially if you're working not to negate because I work from home, but if you're working out in the world physically every day, that can be taxing. But there's just in between the time of those 6 weeks and now the 2 weeks, when did that all kind of stop? And was there anything in between that happened that she's not communicating or not picking up on that might have happened? If he's saying more communication, maybe he feels like a piece of meat, like Sadie said, you know, maybe he feels like a piece of meat when he gets home. Like, well, dang. And I know that's not popular with guys and stuff like that, but it does happen. They want you know, emotional intelligence. I mean, communication too. So those are my
Mm,
first initial questions, thoughts, and stuff.
okay. All right.
My
Anybody
first
else?
thought was, why don't you just do what he asks? If he said he needs more communication, why don't you try to have a conversation first and then maybe see what's going on before we do the intimacy? I think I had to learn it not in one of my relationships that y'all really do have feelings. Shock, surprise.
Yeah.
Um,
Y'all
y'all
really
be
do.
No,
so
for real.
like really do, and so you could be depressed, and that
Don't
really
nobody call
has
us
a.
robots for sure.
I'm just saying, y'all have things going on that does affect your libido. So just because I'm ready doesn't negate that you may be stressed out, you may be depressed, you may be tired, and he not waking up. So I would actually try to engage in the conversation first and then see where we go from there. Like he told you what he wanted. He wanted to talk to you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And then if that doesn't work and that doesn't solve the problem, then I'm looking at you with the side eye. But my initial question is like, and maybe this is just from past personal experiences, is the household okay? Is the child okay? Are the finances okay? Just like a checklist. And if you're like, yeah, we good, money's being made, everybody's healthy, house is good, bills are paid, then I'm like, okay.
and not to be anything, but presentation matters. I do want to put that out there, and I'm gonna say this too for someone who works from home. We get in this little work from home rut. I could be in my pajamas all day, some days. Not saying
Hmm.
I don't shower, and I might shower, put more but new pajamas on. But sometimes we have to remember like the presentation matters. So if she's just throwing some unfunky ass, and no offense, not saying it's that, he may not want it.
Yeah. And I'm thinking too, like
Being controversial.
maybe she's just doing what she hasn't noticed his change, and she's just going back to what because that might have worked for them before, that he might have been like, oh, okay, that might have worked for him before, so maybe she hasn't noticed the change and she needs to switch it up for that. I mean, of course, try to communicate, but yeah, maybe she needs to switch it up because that is a very real thing. Presentation, you know, is everything. And you got to kind of do that. And I know you have a baby. I don't know how old the baby is, but, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
hate to be working with time management. At this time, put everything on the schedule. He comes home the same time every day. You make sure at that time that you get it. So,
Yep. Get a sitter, throw on something sexy, make a meal. You know, men like to be wooed. Woo your man.
Mm-hmm.
li-
You know what he like. You know what got you there,
Mm-hmm.
exactly,
right? So bring
exactly.
that shit back.
Mm-hmm.
Bring that
That's what I'm
Yeah,
shit back.
saying.
Extra spicy. Some shit
Yes.
yeah,
he said he was into that you was like, I don't know. Throw that kink
Do
in
it.
it.
Do
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
Surprise
a man likes to feel wanted. Like Tavai said, I've learned that,
yeah,
in my marriage. My husband likes to feel wanted. He likes to feel desired. He likes to hear he looks good and all that other stuff. So throw that shit on. Get a
Yeah.
sitter. Book a
And
room
and
somewhere close in the city where you live at. Go book a hotel.
Hmm.
Even get out your space.
Yeah.
Leave the
yeah.
house.
And even if you can't do all of that, even if you can't do all of that, again, change, like switch it up, put Dollar Tree got candles, like little whatever, tea
Hmm.
light candle, do a little something. And what I would do is I would incorporate both the communication and that. There are so many like little games out there that they
Hmm.
have with communication and that, and also, you could start the party before he gets home. Send that text message and be like, hey, handsome. Oh, anything you feel
Yeah.
that can start the party going beforehand, go ahead and do that because it doesn't
Right.
just start there. It can start from the beginning of the
It's,
day. It could do
Hmm.
it's
anything.
always City Tuesday.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
It's,
always
it's
what?
always
You
it's
heard it.
always City
Hey,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's always City Tuesday.
A
I
4K
mean,
picture
Yeah,
of them titties.
right. That's right.
Well, that's
I mean, but he
crazy
Always
he
City
prob
work.
Tuesday.
he probably like with him one of the communication that is he probably wants some kind of, like you said, men like their that compliments and everything too. Hey, whatever, sending that message, starting it up. I'm like, can't wait till I got surprised when you get home. Like different things you can do communication wise because we're trying to get on his level, kind of meet him where he is, and
Right.
then the other
And
stuff will come. That I know that comment's been
the,
up there
the
for a
one
while.
thing I'm gonna
Sorry.
say about the communication: do not communicate with him solely in the bedroom. Is what I have
Mm.
learned. Okay. Communicating at the dinner table is a better way of communication than communicating in the bedroom. Is
Hmm.
what I'm going to say. It's pillow talk sound real good. All right, but communicating in the bedroom is not going to spice up your communication. Make sure
Hmm.
you communicate at the dinner table. So this problem that you are having, cook that meal he like, get everything get that bottle that he like, but don't stop there. 'Cause some other things I want to say, but the ladies are here, so I keep it PG. Yeah, but you need to be that little freak that he used to know. Is what I am going to say. All right, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know where you lost it at, but you need to be that little freak that he used to know. All right. That and cut the ceiling fan the fuck off. It dries you up. All right, let's get that part out the way. Cut the ceiling fan off.
What happened to the PJ?
Just, I just
What's
want to
up?
let
It's not even
everybody
11
cut the
o'clock.
goddamn ceiling fan off. That's all I'm saying. All right, cut the ceiling fan off. No need for
You
you to
know
have that
what?
damn ceiling fan on. It's
I'm
December.
not.
No need to have
It
that
is
ceiling fan.
still hot
First of
in
all,
here.
yes.
It is
Yeah,
still
well,
hot.
obviously it's gonna get hotter because when me and you get it together, we
Exactly.
make a tension
And
that's just
that's
gonna be
the
off the hook.
problem. So we
That
need the
that ceiling fan
air.
can be cut on when we done. Right now, cut it off.
F-
Cut it off.
First of all,
Ceiling fan off.
no, it's not going off.
Turn the
No,
air
Cut it
on.
off.
no.
First of all, this is the bad part about it. Y'all bed so fucking high that you right next to the motherfucker. All right, cut that shit off. Cut it off. Like cut it off.
Oh my
We
God.
like to feel like princesses,
Yes.
okay?
There you
That's right,
go.
but you
Yes.
don't need the air. You don't need that air though. You don't need that air.
I
Yeah.
told
Cut
Need
it
that
off.
you.
You're gonna
circulation.
sweat today. We're gonna sweat today. They
No.
say you
No.
having sex makes you lose a lot of weight. We're gonna sweat a lot today. We're gonna let it all out.
No. I need silk press money.
It's this
Mm-mm.
sweat. Yeah, exactly. First of all, no. And then you sweat it out. I don't want to pass out from now.
There's a
Ain't nothing wrong
Gatorade
with
on the
that
side.
fan.
I
Ain't
got
nothing wrong with that
Gatorade
ceiling
and
fan on.
your favorite agua. Some of y'all like Fiji. Other people want essential water. However you feel. Me,
Like
you can give me the bottle
Serengito.
from Walmart. I really don't care. I can drink out the spigot, long as it's cold enough. All right. I'm from North. It don't matter to me. All right.
Oh my God.
Just
No,
like
don't
that.
drink that speaker water.
No.
I've been
Pascuco.
drinking it for
All
years.
right.
I'm
Um,
cool.
There you go. There you go.
Man, I'm all right. But on another thing though, maybe you just haven't been giving him that extracurricular activity treatment in the bedroom. You just rubbing your butt on the spectrum to go ahead and just stick it in there and get a couple pumps in. Hey, come on, man. Ain't nobody gonna keep doing that, man. He paid bills. Why he gotta keep going through his sweatpants to go get some?
Don't you
I ain't
start
doing
with
all
the
that,
bill
yo.
stuff.
I
because
pay bills. Not going through no
I
sweatpants to go
mean,
get none. Nah.
it could get complicated because it is after having a baby, so there could be other factors like that postpartum that could be playing a fact in it. So it's like if we keep it light and funny, there are improvements, but there are serious things to consider too, as far as the intimacy. Is her mood, has her mood drastically changed with postpartum? Has that put more demands on her body in a way that she wasn't expecting, especially if this is their first child? So not playing too much of a devil's advocate, I think there's room for improvement on both ends. But I
Yeah.
also like an app called Lasting, which is a couples based app where it can you can send prompts about different subject matter to talk to your partner about. So if sex is a problem and I don't know how to bring it up with you without an argument, I can then send you this prompt that's being come from a text or whatever that you can respond and then I get to read your responses. So I just again you got to look at all of the variables in this situation.
Right. Or last but not least, maybe tired of your ass. I mean, yeah.
Shit, feeling
well,
is mutual, my God. I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
maybe tired.
right. First of
Maybe tired.
all,
Tired of
You
your
might be
ass
tired of each
how?
other.
hey, listen.
like
I know some things
first,
about PG. I try. I try, but sometimes some things just come up. That's all. Sometimes some things come
I know, Ron. He always
up.
says that, and then we end up on a conversation, which we bet I'm gonna
We
say by
did.
11:15 we'll be on that topic, and when we get to that topic,
exactly.
Dennis, we gonna let you know.
No, we're not going on
Listen,
anything. No, we're not. We're not doing that. I'm
that
all over
not
saying that.
as
We are
we
not.
shouldn't.
We are not. We are not. Let's let's ask another question. Do women care about their performance during sex?
Sometimes.
Absolutely.
To violence sometimes.
Sometimes.
Um,
I'm gonna say I do.
um,
No, I'm saying
Thank you. Thank you,
sometimes.
Sadie.
I will say
She said
some.
sometimes.
I mean, I mean, it's like a that's
Sometimes.
a.
Okay?
I feel like it's a
Like,
loaded. I feel like that's a loaded question. Because yes, of course I care, but
so if
so
you
here's the thing.
so
Here's
okay,
the
let
thing.
me
No, no,
let
no,
me ask you.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
Let me get it out
Okay.
because I'm not gonna say it if I don't get it out. So because I already know that at the end of the day, generally you guys are gonna be fine no matter what I do. You're gonna be fine.
You always get y'all's.
Uh, not
So
always. Not always.
that's the
Ninety
you
percent
said
of the
what?
time, Dennis.
90% of the time.
90% yes. ninety
If you
percent
look
yes.
Okay.
at
We're a
yeah,
little less.
yeah, we're a
90%.
little less.
90%.
So I feel like y'all think about it more than we do. Me, regardless, I know it's gonna, I know it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be all that, whatever. But um, at a certain time, I feel like with us, because we pay more attention to things and stuff like that. So I already know what I gotta do. I already know all that stuff, whatever. So I'm not really. It's like second nature. For y'all, there's things that maybe you've not quite figured out just yet on how to do that every time or whatever, or what's going on, because it could be a different whatever. So I won't say I think I don't, because I do, but not a whole lot, because I've already like, okay, if it's this kind of way, then I'm gonna have to do this. So my brain just clicks to that and just do that. If it's gonna be kind of like a quick thing, okay, I know I gotta do this. So I don't
Okay,
really
so
think about it because regardless, you're gonna be fine.
okay. So if your performance was down, let's just say your performance was down. Let's say, it's down, it's been 2 weeks. Your performance has been down. You ain't been you. Are you taking a sexual performance enhancement drill? Pill. Drill. Pill.
No. I
No.
think if I recognize that my performance has been down, I need to give my own self a confidence boost. So that's when maybe I need to, make sure I feel comfortable. Everything I need with myself is up to date. I feel sexy with myself. And that way, when I am being sexy with you, you are reaping the benefits of me already feeling that way with myself. So if I'm off, it's more so let me reassess where I am, what's going on. Do I need to go get my toes done? Do I need to go pick up something? So I usually in those situations reassess how I feel, because if I feel good about me, you reap the benefits of that. If I feel sexy, you reap the benefits of that. If I feel like acting like a porn star because I feel so like, damn, look at you, girl, then you reap the benefits of that. So I would look at it like it's a me thing more so than it's a you thing.
And I think also, and we had
Yeah.
talked about this before, the person, different people bring out different things in you too. So, you know, just because you might have swing off the chandeliers for this person, don't mean that this person
Right.
brings out that swing off the chandeliers, whatever. And you can feel the same way about yourself, but that
I
person
agree with
doesn't
you.
just have that. Y'all don't have that chemistry connection, whatever you want to call it, to bring that out. Or you might have a different kind of chemistry or connection that you bring out this more, okay, this other side. And yeah, so it just really depends on that, those aspects.
And I'm gonna say I care because I don't want you getting it from nobody else. So I want to make sure you like what you got at home. That way, if you go out, you being greedy. It ain't because I didn't do my due diligence. Um, and I know for my marriage, that's a big part of my marriage.
Mhm.
So yeah, my performance absolutely matters. Um, how often we have it matters to me. So yeah, ain't no need for you to go outside this house.
The, I, to that point, yes, there is. I'm to that point. Yes, there's no need because number one, it is. I'll say in my house, it's readily available. Okay, ready, except maybe once a month. But other than that, okay. What
People don't
now?
even care about that
Shoot,
time.
like okay, because no, there's no reason. Again, at that point, you just being greedy, or you just being some. You had a some kind of brain relapse or whatever. What the heck you got going on? But no, because it is an important, very, very important. So no, no, I'm gonna. That's something that's like taught and my like just women and you growing up they say hey make sure you keep house whatever all that stuff and don't give it a reason to do any of that. I'm like okay, say less, but I actually enjoy what I'm doing too, so all right,
That's good.
cool,
No,
I'm good with
that's
it.
good.
But yeah, if that happens, you just being greedy at that point. So yeah.
And I appreciate those auntie conversations
Oh
because
yeah.
my conversations with my grandma and my aunties and stuff, like they told you, like,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
make
listen,
But you
like
sure
bring up,
when your man come home from work, you look like something.
Smell like
mhm,
You
something.
know, I have older females in my life that are married and they at home. And when they men come home, they got lipstick on. They ain't leave the house all day. But hair is done, lipstick is on, clothes is
listen,
dressed. My mother-in-law
listen,
said, your husband works out in the world. He goes past
mm,
women all day. He don't want to come home to somebody who look like they sleeping on the corner. And
yep,
not to say that's how I was looking, but she was just saying, be there, be present.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Especially shout out to my to Will in the comments. If you bringing it all, then I need
Mhm.
to bring it all. I need
Correct.
to match your
holla,
energy.
Yeah.
holla,
Yeah. Yeah.
She
holla.
also said, don't
Absolutely.
brag about your dick.
Never.
She said, "Don't brag about it."
No,
No.
No.
You
Because it
don't
makes other people
tell.
curious.
Yeah, you don't tell people that this
Never.
what he doing, this how he not somebody you care about.
Mm-mm.
Because you do have
Yeah.
people who are you do have people who are like okay with community dick. We are so not PG. But you do have people who are like,
No,
and
you're all right.
I've
You're all
heard
right.
it.
No, I mean, I
These are
think,
stories I needed to hear. Trust me,
but
I needed to
I,
hear
I,
these.
I'll
These
I'll say this because I don't. It's not that. I think it's also, it's not like, oh yeah, because I never like, oh, I'm gonna brag about whatever. Do I have conversation with certain friends? Yeah, I can have a conversation with friends because I feel like it's the same thing of like whoever your inner circle is or who you can trust. Now, if they don't want to hear it, that's not what y'all do, then that's not what y'all do. But I don't feel threatened like, oh, my, I'm not gonna have a friend around who I think's gonna go after my man. Like that's just not that. And I know people like, oh, you don't see it. No, you see the signs, you just ignore it. So yeah, having conversations is actually a good thing because you're like, especially people who I have married friends or whatever, and who's that? I'm like, well, this, and this, and that. Okay, all right, without getting too graphic, if that person can't handle it. But yeah, I have conversations with my friends, but not everybody has that conversation. Only like that select few about, okay, well, this, that, and the third, because you never. It's just different. But you, depending on who that person is, like that person that I had as my friend that I was talking about earlier with the pussy blocker or whatever she wanted to call it, never, never.
never had that
But
conversation with her.
yeah, which I'll tell you who it is later, y'all. But that,
Okay. Thank you.
um, yeah, that I don't see if I'm like, if we are friends, and again, I don't call everybody my friend, and but my friends, well, we 20 years deep, like we in there, like in
Okay.
there. I don't see uh a problem because I don't feel like at that point you're bragging, you having conversation, but it just depends on who you have around. Because if you can't, I don't know, I just don't talk about it, but not into complete and utter like detail, like, oh, this what happened and did that. If I did a chandelier trick, I'm gonna tell my girl, hey yo, you know what I did, girl, like, girl. But
Did a
super super super
moonsault, no
detail,
success.
it just depends on who it is.
Cut
So
the
it's okay.
ceiling fan. All I'm gonna tell y'all is
Ceiling
cut the
fan.
ceiling fan. Best advice I
Turn it
got
on
for you.
one.
Cut the ceiling fan off.
Turn it on
Best
one.
advice I got for you. All right.
The ceiling
Um,
fan has nothing to do with it.
Right.
cut
You
the
brought
ceiling
it up,
fan.
so that was the first thing in my head. But yeah.
Cut it off. Cut it off. That's all I'm gonna say. Just cut it off. So
Mm-mm.
let me ask this other one while I'm right here. If a man
Mm-mm.
proposes to a woman and she says no, is the relationship over?
Why
Yes.
did she say no?
Obviously, because she didn't want to marry him.
N-
Cause to me
There's a
that's
reason why.
yeah, but to me I would say yes because at that point what are we doing?
Right? Because obviously
What are we
we're not
doing?
going to the next level of this relationship. So there's no need for us to stay stagnant here. I can find somebody else that want
Yeah.
to be with me. Better. That's how I feel about it.
That's how I feel about it too. Like, what are we doing? Like, if you just want to be with me for the yeah, you enjoy my time, we enjoy each other, but like you said, if we're not going anywhere, like, and the world's not over yet, and I have options, why would I stay with someone who doesn't want the next level or who doesn't want to level up? No, I'll be out. Give me my ring. We had a fantastic run, and I'm out to the streets. Bye.
I think I have a lot of questions because
Yeah.
Well, let's hear the questions. Come on, man.
the questions are ages and stages, right?
Oh,
There I mean there are times when people just don't want to be married. It's not to say you don't care the person, not to say you don't love the person. Like I joke around and say this all the time. I'm married now. Would I ever do it again? Right now I'm leaning towards no. So, and then in my younger years, I was
I
young.
understand that. I
That's
understand
not
that. Let me
where
be clear.
that's not that's not what I was dating for. So if somebody is dating for a purpose, I feel like you have that conversation in the beginning. Like, I'm dating for marriage. This is my long-term plan. And then we got to be honest and be like, that's not me. That's not where I'm at. I'm not the person for you.
And
Yeah.
I think hold I
That's it.
think it's
Well, that is
selfish.
it, bro.
I think it's selfish when you don't convey what you want to someone who you know that they want long term. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I really, really feel like that's when it starts to become narcissistic and selfish. Like, you're holding me hostage
Mm,
because you know you don't want what I want,
Mm.
but you don't want to end the relationship because you love this. You love what we have currently,
Convenience.
the
yeah.
convenience, the benefits. So you love
Yeah.
this, but you can't see it beyond that, and you already know that, but you won't give me that information. So I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, if someone's giving you your exit, maybe you need to take it. If they said no, maybe that is your time to exit because maybe this really isn't the person for you. So
That I mean, that all just tells me that y'all don't have
don't
good
talk.
communication because I mean, not that, oh, it should not. I'll say this. Not that it shouldn't be a surprise, but it shouldn't be a surprise, if that makes sense. Like it's what however you do it and when then you do it, yeah, but y'all should be already having conversations about this before you go out and buy a ring and say,
Hmm.
okay, I am going to whatever because
But
I don't,
you
I'm
do
really
have
big on
conversations, and
what I mean
you
is
can
conversations. Like I'm not saying I should know up to like the week before, but I'm saying you know where I stand on it.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you
right.
just
So
flat out
usually
lying about it,
the first conversation is, how do you feel about marriage?
Mm-hmm.
usually the first conversation, that's what I'm saying. This person,
I'm talking about
whoever,
me. I can't speak on everybody. I'm just talking about me. My
That's
first
your first
conversation is, how do you feel
conversation?
about me? Yeah, how do you feel about marriage?
Hmm.
That's not the first conversation, period, but that's the first marriage conversation, is what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. How do you feel about marriage? That ain't my first. That is not something I'm talking about now. Let me get that out the way.
Okay.
Not
first
at
of
all.
all, no, that is a
I ain't even
first
scratching no
conversation.
shit like
That is
that
a
now. Let
first
me get that.
conversation. That is my first conversation when I'm talking to somebody, whatever, because I don't want to waste my time. If you are not planning on getting married or anything like that, then oh, all right. Because I've had to walk away from people like, no, it's just not for me. And okay, that's cool, but that's what I want. So I'm not going to talk to you. Like we're not on the same page. But
It's all right.
you hit the first
What
conversation
you
to
know
bring it
too.
up. How do you feel about marriage? And if that person says, like, because I feel like sometimes people, men, and I've seen this, they're like, well, shoot, like, maybe I should just go ahead and do it. And there's no, you know what, I really want to settle down with this girl. I want whatever. You know what? I mean, shit, we've been together for like 10 years, might as well. And it's like, some people feel like it's too late. Like we're good right now. I'm not holding up legal ties to you. I'm not whatever. Or maybe you need to do a little bit more work before we do that because I've actually known people who was like it wasn't a no, it was a not right now. Let's get some stuff together first because this is a long commitment and there's some things that we still need to work on. Went back to the drawing board, therapy, whatever, and now they're good. But it just depends on in the state that that person is asking into. Like, are you doing it as a last resort? Are you doing it to like, oh, I messed up, or I'm just trying to get this whatever? And like, you just doing this
I know
now
some.
because of this. There's so many things that
I
could
know
like,
some guys like that. I know some guys like
yeah,
that.
like,
Yeah.
come on, all right, like you really didn't. You feel obligated, or if it's something. That's why I said there's so many questions. Something's off. Either your communication's off, or you doing this as a
Last
I gotta
resort.
keep her because she done already like look this, that, and the third, or I'm just doing it to because I know it's the next thing to do. Because do you really understand what marriage is? Do you really, really understand what that is too?
Oh, baby.
And a lot of people don't.
No, a
I'm gonna
lot of
tell
people don't. A lot of
you.
people. Go ahead.
I'll say as someone is in a, I guess considered to still be a newlywed, like you have no idea. Like it is a pivot from long term dating. It is a transition, and there are times where you're like, did I make the right choice? And you question those things, and so I also think
Yeah.
people's concepts of marriage and what they think it's going to be also need to be discussed. It's like, oh, you want to get married, but what does that really mean to you? Like, what does that look like for you? Because I may be thinking the cleavers, and you may be thinking, you know what I mean, the Jeffrey, you know what I mean? You may be thinking good time. It could be a just completely different aspect of it. And I think those conversations have to be had. Like, what does marriage look like? What do you expect of me when we're married? And what can I expect of you now that we're married? So I think, like, when you have those conversations, like you need to really dig deep. Like that, I guess is why marriage counseling is important. I didn't do it, but we did other forms of counseling. But you for sure need to ask some more questions because you
Yeah.
may think all you're supposed to do is just be cute and pretty and cook, and he
Nah.
may want a little bit more than that.
And I will say there is a stigma, like false narrative that like women change in marriage. Men change in marriage too,
Yeah, we do.
right?
We
So
do.
now it's like that's who I was dating and living with, and then we got married, and now who is this? I'm getting
Yeah.
to know a whole new person. You have a whole new identity role in your head. Not all of those details have been shared. And so expectations I am unaware of. Now I'm not meeting your expectations, you know. So both individuals do change. It's some heart to heart conversations, and in my personal opinion, I don't care how much you talk, you still ain't gonna know till you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk till
You
you
know what I mean?
blue in the face until you deep in them trenches where you like, I'm packing my shit, I'm done, I can't do this no more.
When
You
you're
know what I
laying
mean?
in the
That's when you
bed,
really know.
like
That's when you
Risa
really know. And
Tisa.
it's a different packing your shit
Yes, it
when
is. When there's
then
paperwork involved.
it's
It's a
paperwork
different,
involved.
it's the different packing your shit because
It's
you're packing your
different.
shit when your boyfriend and girlfriend is like, "Yeah, fuck this, I'm out." But you're packing your
Right.
shit when your fucking married is like, "Ah, like, fuck."
It
Call
It's
some
becomes
fucking body
legalities
real.
and
tomorrow. Like,
principalities to this shit. Like
It
That
becomes
seriously.
Benny.
real. Like I can't take you off my health insurance. Like I have to give them a reason now that you're on. You understand? Like it becomes
mm,
real when you're
Yeah,
married. It's a little different. Like we're tied to bills, we're tied to vehicles and leases and insurance. And they don't care that I don't like you right now. Like they
right.
no.
Now, and
Like
don't let me go make a big purchase or buy a house and we're still married.
Yeah,
you
Right?
got you
That
got
separation
deets.
shit only goes so far. This
Yeah,
shit is still yours
you
because
got perks.
because that paper says it.
and
Yeah.
here's the crazy thing. What they should be telling you is that y'all have to be partners no matter what, is what they
No
should
matter.
be telling you. No matter what. Nobody should be able to separate y'all from nothing, not even them kids, okay? That's why
Hmm.
y'all hear me say FTK a lot, and y'all think I be joking. No, man, I ain't gonna get into that. Anyway, not even them kids. Y'all have to be a unit and you have to make decisions. And sometimes y'all may have to walk away and say, no, we need to huddle up before we make this decision to sign some of this, or before we look at this vacation property. So, no, 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 we ain't. We'll wait and see. We'll talk about it. We'll
For
do pros
sure.
and cons. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you
Next,
have to
I know the
keep the
next year I get with,
conversation.
I'm gonna put me a board in my house, like on them cop shows. They got the board with the pictures and shit. I'm gonna put one of them in
I'm
my house. That's how we gonna discuss everything on the board. It's on the board. We're gonna discuss everything on the board, like the cops do.
Crime scene board.
That's something you see right now trending on social media though. Like couples having like their goal planning or like New Year's, what are we doing?
yeah,
What are we looking for? What moves are we making? I admire that.
yeah.
I admire that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I am a fly by the seat of my pants person, like on a whim,
Yeah,
you
like
know.
I see
That
this vacation
that's
and
also something that then if shit fall through, I'm looking at my husband like, hey, save me. You
and that's
know?
why
I
and
admire
that's why
that.
I always say that couples should have money to the side. It's emergency money, but
Oh
it
yeah.
that
Yeah.
that both sides of the couple should have, like the woman and the man should have money to the side as emergency money, just in case
Oh
something
yeah.
happens. Like, oh, I
It's
got
called that mad money.
Listen.
Yeah.
no. I wouldn't call it mad. I just call it emergency because mad money
No.
means you
I
gonna
know what
spend
you
some shit on
said.
some. Yeah, but
No,
it
no.
mad money to me sound like you gonna spend some shit on some shit just because I said we ain't
They know
getting
what
it.
I'm
No,
talking about. They know what I'm talking about. And no,
no.
that's not that.
That's what
They know
it
what I'm
sounds
talking about.
like. Mad money. He told me I couldn't get this for fucking candles from goddamn Bath and Body Works when they on fucking
What?
sale. I'm getting
God
them,
What?
girl.
let me see,
Like they
say
on
something.
sale. Not my favorite ones. I'm getting them. Hit the
What?
button. Like no, that ain't what we talking about.
Mm,
Uh.
no,
What?
that's not what I'm talking about. But yeah, to your point, everybody should have an emergency fund in their
Hmm.
own, together, collectively
I don't know.
in their
I don't
own.
know if it should be in the account. Maybe it had to be some cash in
No.
the house. I ain't
I
Ooh,
guarantee it
agree.
should
You
be in the
should
I'm
account.
gonna tell you
always.
right now, if it's cash in the house, I'm finding it.
Not you wouldn't find it in my house, but it's okay.
Shit.
You, you wouldn't.
Think
I
I
don't give a fuck
won't.
how good you clean. I don't give a fuck how good you clean. You'll be sitting there like, how
Listen,
the fuck
no,
you, where
First of
you
all,
pull out $2,000
y'all
from?
clean, and our clean is two different cleans. Let's be clear, okay?
You right?
Let's be clear. So,
And it's gonna be
yeah,
somewhere that you can reach to. It ain't gonna be somewhere like, oh, you put that all the way. No, it's right there.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Sometimes things be hiding in plain sight.
Right in front of you.
I'm going to find it if
You're not.
it's in the house. Period. Period. Shoot, I
Dennis,
watch detective shows too. I know where to find it. And I know where to bury
Meanwhile,
it.
back back at the ranch.
Hmm.
We got another one. This is I'm not just gonna gear this toward y'all because this could happen to me too. So I want to know, would y'all have a problem with your spouse spending the holidays at their kids' parents' house? Let me explain that these kids are grown. Your spouse has been going to this Thanksgiving every year at the kid's parents' house. They love him there. He's in charge of making the yams and the sweet potato pie, and also he plays spades there. All right, heavy spades player, and they love him. A lot of times, the parent of the child ain't even there, but the sisters love him. Just want to get all that out the way. Now, I'll let y'all go ahead. You ain't invited though because sisters don't like you. Just want to let you know
He ain't there.
no,
that.
no,
He ain't there.
no,
She said he ain't there.
He ain't there. He
no.
ain't there. That child is grown. And if it's y'all love him that much and y'all want him there, then we need to be there. And I'm gonna host it
Yeah,
in my house. So when I'm done with y'all and I've had
you
enough,
get
y'all
out.
can go.
Hey,
But he ain't
Will.
there.
Hey, Jay, Will. But I'm with Sadie's. Yeah, no, that's a no. That's a no for me, dog. Like, no. Like, first of all, I don't even know how the communication continued for you to continue to, for him to continue to get an invite. If his children are good and grown and they can go other places without needing a custodial person to take them there, nah, them days
But
is gone. Cause I,
he's built a whole family over there. Those cousins are his cousins now. They got damn
okay,
near 20 years in. They got 20 years in together. They
and
play the
I'm
Spades
his
game on
wife.
Thanksgiving every year.
And I'm his wife. And if y'all want to play them games so bad with him, then you better find an extra chair for me or he ain't coming.
But you just
Yeah.
became my wife. You see what I'm saying? You just
Did I?
became the wife.
You didn't give that tea, did I? Is that the
Just
case?
saying. This is
Um,
this is something that's been going on for the
but
kids 20 years. That's 20 years they've been playing spades and eating sweet potato pie and yams on Thanksgiving.
And I it different. stroke for different folks. That's a conversation you have though before marriage.
It
Because
is.
if we are
It
newly
is.
married, this is not the first time you've gone there for Thanksgiving.
Sure ain't.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I have already either accepted that that is how it's going to be, or we've had conversations that that is going to change.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say, don't, sometimes we make ourselves dummies and we think, again, that a ring is going to change the situation because I'm, their wife or their husband now, that shit's going to stop. You got to have that conversation beforehand and you already know if it is or if it isn't. So I will say that. But and family like to drop seeds and not, I've had exes that have showed up at my family's house and I wasn't even there just because
Right.
they loved my grandmom or was cool with my
Yeah.
brother and my sister or loved my mom, and your family can be like, oh, remember, your family will take your exes down memory lanes
It'd be messy.
and be
Purposely.
messy and divulge your
Purposely.
secrets. you
And
know
especially if they don't like the new person that you're with.
Yeah.
what?
It's sabotage.
OMG.
Yes.
OMG.
Plant
They
seeds
would
of doubt. You sure?
invite your baby mom to Thanksgiving, knowing you bringing your new boo. Oh, just know I've been through this. Just want to let y'all know. Oh, dirty
I
Rocky
am,
Block.
and I think in a situation like if they were minor children, then I get it because I don't want to stand in the way of you being a father. But I would also feel like, as in a certain extent, like if we're in a healthy relationship and you left that relationship and it's at a place where you can go play cards, then we need to find a place where you need to accept me as well. And it don't even mean that I have to necessarily be at his on his hip, but you need to know that I might pop up. Or you need to know that he can't stay as long as he used to because he does have his own family. Like, it should be conversations and expectations that that shit's going to change. Like, it's not going to stay the same. It's just it can't. It can't. We can come together, but I won't let you divide us.
Okay. We just wanted to make sure could Gerald come through Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? We
Mm.
like having Gerald around. We like
And
having
Gerald
Gerald
can
around.
come. Just I'm leaving. Okay, my plate is made, and Gerald's here. I'm out. You just leave.
Yeah.
Oh, you saying if you was the baby mom? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
You
Oh,
leave. But we
that's
have a
okay.
question for you,
I've seen.
Dennis.
Okay, I'm ready.
We wanted to, because I scroll way too much TikTok. Um,
Lord,
I send you
TikTok.
stuff all the time. Wait, tell
You
everybody that I
do.
send
And
you
I'll be sitting
videos
there looking at it, and I'll be like, when do she have the time? To be sending all this, be sending all this shit. I'll be like, I'll be like, when the fuck does she have the time?
We do
Be
it to each
watching
other
all this
all the
shit.
we
time.
do
All
to
the
each other
time.
all the
That's a love
time.
language. You ain't
It's a
know? That's
love
a love
language. It
Yeah.
is a
language.
love
It's a
language.
love language.
It
hmm
is. It really is. But we wanted to do the trend. We listen and we don't judge.
All
We would
right,
like
let's do it.
we want to do it today. So
Oh God. I was supposed to prepare. And I
you
didn't.
were supposed to
I
I
don't
prepare.
have
didn't.
anything to go with this. I'm not prepared. Just want to let you know that. But
Well, you don't
I'm
Well,
know
ready
you're
to
gonna say
listen.
whatever comes out
because
your
we
mouth anyway,
listen
so
No, I'm not because we're listening and we're not judging.
because we listen and we don't judge.
I
I'm
can't
not
even go
prepared
first.
either.
Y'all are scared.
No, I just I we talked about this and I definitely said, "Oh, I'm gonna," and I didn't.
I didn't either. I apologize. Go ahead, Tavai.
All right. So when I was
No,
scrolling through
I'm not
my
the only one
mindless,
prepared.
no, I'm the only one probably. When we were scrolling, when I was scrolling through my mindless hours of TikTok, I stumbled across. You know how people be on live and they could be doing anything. So I stumbled across and found my way into cornstarch TikTok. So for people who don't know what cornstarch is, it's like it's like flour, like baking soda. It's small. Anyway, point being is that there's people on there eating it. Okay, and they looked crazy. But my confession for we listen, we don't judge is I used to eat cornstarch, and I had to figure out my why, which was I was anemic at the time. But That shit, after I seen it online, had me feel so much shame, like just secondary shame for them, that I was just like, mm-mm. We listen and we buy iron pills because we can never go back there again. So we listen and we don't
Don't
judge.
judge. We listen and we don't judge. Okay. Okay.
Okay, that was good.
Look it up, Dennis. You'll be if once you see the horrific things.
No, I seen this lady. She was eating cornstarch. I think she was on the Steve Harvey show eating cornstarch.
Yeah,
She was taking teaspoons and just eating it, and I was just like,
it's
but
no the way they do it online is wild. They bake it, they scent it, they lick it with bars of soap. I said, y'all need a doctor. This is not okay. But it was like, oh my god, did I look like that?
Yeah, I didn't even look it up like I said I was either. I just tasted it and I was like, "Oh, okay, not for me." So, um, but no judgment. I just I didn't
we just
understand.
we can't answer the question to that.
You said you can't ask the question. To what?
What you just said. Are we still in the listen and don't
Mhm.
judge segment
Yeah.
right here?
You
Okay,
Hmm.
could
so
ask me. I
what
did it right in front of Sadie's and Bud. I just tried it.
what what you got, Sadie?
I'm over here racking my brain.
I hate you.
And I'm realizing that
I
I'm a
didn't say
very
anything. We are
judgy
here to
person.
listen and not judge. I didn't say anything. I
Come
just
on,
want to make this
y'all
clear.
got we listen.
I just want to make
I
this
just
clear that I Sadie's, what we was talking about.
what? I don't have anything. I'm just realizing how judgmental I guess I am.
Yeah, I am real judgmental. I am because
Yeah,
there's so
like
many things
I
that were
mean, I've been
there's so
told
many
that
things I'm gonna
before.
say right now.
Y'all are the
There's so many
worst.
things. Lord
No,
forgive me.
I know.
You know what? I think I don't know. I don't. It's a hard thing to really
Anything.
it's a hard thing to do when you don't like. I am an open book, so I don't care because I don't care if you try to judge me or not. But I don't when someone unless somebody asks me a direct question, I don't just give information. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I've done a lot of crazy stuff, so and I don't care.
But see,
But
I
I have
kind
to
of
be
need some
me. I'm a
answers.
prompted person. You got to prompt me, and I'm like, oh, the topic is cheese, and I'm like, oh, I can do it off of that. But if someone just says, tell me your life, I'm like I'm a Leo. I can't just like it just
Yeah,
doesn't it
I
doesn't
can't
work
do
that
that
way for
either.
me. I gotta be prompted. So if you say, okay, topic is this. Now clearly I can't do cornstarch because we already talked about that. But
Mm-hmm.
topic is this, then I can say, oh, okay, well yeah, I've done this and I've done this, but we listen and we don't judge. So that's just how I am. That's why my brain is struggling. But if we were to stay on
Mm-mm. You can go to any subject you want to. If you want to say something about when you were dating, if you want to say something about when we used to go clubbing, if you had like all of those drives home, there were some things that we listen and we don't judge. So I'm like, mm.
Yeah, those were venting conversations.
Yo, why was it, Mercedes? Why did you have to say that like that?
girl.
Because it was the
You're
cutoff.
supposed
That
to
was
be
my
telling no shit like that. No live show.
shout
Like
out.
that's
So
like
it's the
I'll
you're
go. I guess I'll do this one because this is something. So we listen and we don't judge, right? So I have become I have become a pothead. During the pandemic, it was like I started smoking weed or edibles or a pen, and then it became illegal in New Jersey. And then I travel and it's legal in other states. I find myself looking for weed. That was not me pre 2020. Actually, I was the person who was very judgy, who was like, I didn't like the way, especially females looked when they were high. I feel like things have changed on the edible. My eyes ain't
mhm.
red. It might be a little low, but I find that weed relaxes me. Um, it makes food taste better. It makes sex better. I don't argue. Um, my husband now knows the signs because my response to everything is okay, babe. Okay, sure.
Keep the weed in
And
the
there's
house.
constant food in the house. So
Keep
I
the
have
weed in
found
the house.
myself even now where I've like put down drinking, not drinking
What?
right now. I might still smoke a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm not drinking because I'm trying to, cleanse, get this body together. But we listen and we don't judge. I ain't put the weed
I
away.
didn't judge it.
I just have to make sure that when I get the munchies, that the food that's in the house is healthy. I'm eating grapes instead of chips. I'm eating trail mix instead of cookies. But yeah, that would be mine. Thank you for that prompt, bye. That would be mine.
We thank you. We listen and we don't
You
We
don't
judge.
listen and we
judge.
don't judge.
Can I just say that those edibles do take you to another level? I love edibles. I really do.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
Even though
No.
since we're on the subject, I'm thinking about taking some mushrooms for the first time.
I have done it.
I have
We
not.
listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge.
Hmm.
She didn't judge. She just said she done it. Everybody judge her.
No. I'm talking about you
Yeah,
I
or
did. I
anything.
just
We
said
listen.
I'm thinking about taking. I'm thinking about taking
Okay.
edibles.
I
I'm
said we
thinking about
listen
taking
and we
some
don't
mushrooms.
judge.
we listen and we
Oh,
don't
we
judge.
have to say that afterwards. Like we have to say that.
You're
I didn't know
supposed
we have to say that. I didn't know that.
to.
I'm here
Okay.
to let y'all know. I didn't know we have
So
to say
I
that.
think I
Like,
think that is usually a prompt to so you don't say anything that is judgy. So
oh, okay.
that is a okay. We listen
I
and
haven't said anything. I did give a look, but I didn't say anything.
no. I have recently had maybe this is this my thing, Sadie's? Is this my thing? Um, so I have recently finally had an experience. Not with the shrooms or anything, but I think I'm good. Except one, I do want to because it was very interesting. One more time, um, with my partner. So that will be the only time because I thought I was an Avenger. So let's just say that I
It was so
Which
funny.
I know
okay.
we're
That
not
shit
judging,
was
right? But
so
which Avenger did you think you were? I just want to know that.
So because I thought I was gonna shoot maybe Iron Man, 'cause I'm shooting
Or Spider or
lasers
Spider
out of
Man.
my hand. So maybe Iron Man, I don't know, but one of them who does that, or I was the new Avenger who maybe spider webs out my palms. I don't know. No, it was definitely lasers. So yeah, yeah. But even though I said never again, I am. But just like Sadie said, it makes everything better. I would like to have that experience with my partner. So
All right now. We
we
listen
listen and we
and we
don't judge.
don't judge.
Look at
All
you
right now.
catching on.
All right
Look
now.
at you catching on.
All right
Stuff.
now. I like that. That was cool. You got another one, Tavon?
No, but we can definitely do another round if people are willing to spill the
Yeah,
beans.
now that I got the whatchamacallit of it, I think that was the right way. So yes, I'm ready for another round. I'm just
Okay.
thinking on my other things.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm,
Okay, what is something else that
Hmm.
I thought was, kind of judgy? People would judgment me by. Uh, I really don't
I
know.
don't I don't think it's judgy though. I don't think it's a some of the things I don't think we anybody can judge anyone for because we are at an age where we've had life experiences and a lot of them. So it's like live life.
We've had too many life experiences. I think listening, we don't
Yeah,
judge.
I'm
I'm
almost
pretty
40 now.
sure I have been taken out of a place looking like Weekend at Bernie's. Like I knew.
Listen,
You've been taking out of season
that's
lately.
we
I've
always
been
reference
taking.
Miami. We've always referenced Miami, so yeah, that is. We
I
could have
just.
a whole we listen that we don't judge about Miami alone. So yeah.
Yeah. So we. A matter of fact, that one time that we came down
Man,
to Atlanta
I kind
for
of
my
root for you.
birthday. Yeah, for my birthday, we came down to Atlanta and we stayed at the Omni. And I'll never forget, we came back from the club because we had went to what's the big club down there? Look like a warehouse.
Uh,
Where
Complex.
at?
compound.
Compound
Compound.
in
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh
We
yeah.
had we had just been to the compound in Atlanta. Anyway, but one too many. And yeah, by the time we made it back to the hotel, I couldn't even get to the room. I had to go to the lobby bathroom and die because yes, we listen and we don't judge. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yo,
So many
I
things
didn't.
ran through my
No.
mind.
It's
You
and it's
listen.
no,
You
I
listen.
know
And we go.
so many things ran through my mind, but it wasn't that. It was like, oh God, if I could just talk about my birthday last my birthday
Your
last
birthday
year,
last.
shoot, the year before that, or when COVID started. Oh
Oh
God.
God.
What birthday was that?
Last year, Dennis.
I was there.
Yes,
The casino night.
the casino
Oh
night.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Very good. We listen to
Well,
we
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 have a
listen to we don't
lot
judge.
that we.
Just
Yo,
say that right
one for
there.
the record books.
Yeah,
Ooh.
One for the record books. Me and Dennis,
I
where
just
I
want to
was
blame.
running up
I
and
just
down.
want to say I blame Mercedes because I wouldn't have known half of that shit was going down. I blame Mercedes. I was chilling. I was having a good time. Me and
Listen.
self was chilling.
Ooh. We listen and we don't judge. I
We
have
listen.
learned that shotguns or whatever was going on
Hmm.
and the amount of libation I had does not mix or it equates to memory loss. So
We listen. We don't
it equates to memory loss. So
judge.
I knew to take my ass to bed that night.
Dennis said, Sadie, you putting everybody to bed. I said, yeah, Dennis.
Right, like she just walking y'all upstairs. No, man, we wasn't talking about that.
oh
And
God.
But see,
she
that's
was
the
going upstairs
crew.
like she y'all auntie or something. Like it was the night before Christmas. Like, come on now, you know it's
That's
past your
the
bedtime.
crew.
Chill
That's the
ass up.
crew.
Like, what the fuck? What
You
is
are
going
supposed to
on?
be able to lean on the crew. And your crew is supposed to be able to be like, nah, she don't need no more. And it's
Yeah.
not that I'm hating. It's not that I'm blocking or trying to stop anybody's fun. I know what that next day looks like for that individual
Listen, and
and the
I even
why.
told Sadie, I said, "Hey, if I start," I said, "Okay," and I felt bad because Sadie had to make up for everything the next day we went because some things sober you up real quick. So I appreciate you
Yeah.
walking me up them stairs and get there, cause yeah,
We
ooh,
definitely
child.
don't judge on birthdays though.
No, we
No,
definitely don't judge on
no.
birthdays. Not at
I
all.
forgot. Be honest with you, I forgot all about it. Now, see, y'all said so.
Of course. You
Mhm.
didn't
Mhm.
I don't even know if you yeah. I know you left, but yeah, that was an interesting 24 hours. I'll say that.
Ooh.
And
Right,
to be
left.
told
I
about
left to
too,
get to the
cuz
airport, and I felt like everybody and their mom was at the airport that morning. I'm like, what in the fuck? Where niggas going? What?
oh Lord. Yeah. I don't even have no more no
We
more parties to my
listen
wedding.
and we don't.
No more parties to my bachelorette party. So
We don't
we
That's
get
it.
okay, yeah, good. I got two out. I got two out. I'm good. I'm good.
Do I
I'm
need
good.
to?
No, you did one. And Sadie's did one.
Mm. I don't even know if I have to. I don't know if I have to.
Oh,
Sir,
I
you have
got
a
one.
okay.
All right, so we listen and we don't judge. This is like past. Of course, I haven't done this in a while, but um, there was a time when I had just moved into a place and I was dating multiple people.
Mhm.
Could not remember when I was seeing everybody within like a 24-48 hour period. Could not remember who I was seeing when.
Mm.
And so this was back in the time in my life where I lived by the motto, like it takes multiple people to make that person, that perfect person. When you're dating somebody who's like
Somebody call me, huh?
Yeah.
She about to get cussed out again.
splurges and takes you on trips, the dude that is like the emotional support, and again, we listen and we don't judge.
Right.
The person
Yeah.
that is like the funny person, um, and just remembering pulling in my roommates in the chaos
Mm.
of entertaining someone in the apartment, me meeting someone outside in the car while that person was in the apartment,
Mhm.
then
Whoa!
coming back in the
Okay.
house, entertaining, having a conversation.
Ooh.
So they, talk to him, show him. And I had a male roommate at that time. So they were watching a football game while I was outside having a conversation in the car. And just doing all of that. And then I just realized and then later on that night I had a date with somebody else. And the guy that was in the apartment with my roommate showed up at the place. It was just a whole bunch of chaos. And I was just like, I can't do this no more. I was tired.
We listen
We
and we don't
listen and
judge.
We
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 don't.
listen
don't
and we don't
judge.
judge.
Which that actually just reminded me. I have had one.
Wait a minute. We listen, Ron. We listen,
I've
We
but
listen
had
we
and we don't
don't
one,
judge.
judge.
and this again. This is young and just dating. There's no relationship. But I had one guy drop me off at my next date. Like literally. Okay. Oh no, I'm not going home. Going here. Next date. Okay. Right. Did not care at that point. I don't know what I was on. If they saw the person come on out because they were coming out. I'm like, bye, drive, and that was from Jersey to Philly.
Mhm.
So tolls and everything and gas and that. But that just reminded me. Yeah, I've
Mm,
had one
mm.
person drop me off to another date from that date, another date. But we listen.
And
We
we
don't judge.
don't judge.
I am not.
Shout out to the real friends who run interference.
Yeah.
Buddy,
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Listen.
Uh,
Mm,
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this. We've all have been to this club called Chrome.
Of
There were a
oh,
couple of special ladies there that didn't mind having a good time with the whole crew.
ooh,
mm,
Right. So, like, we would see her on Friday night. She would come back to the spot with us Friday night, have a good time with the whole crew. Only problem I had was she made us wait till like 6 in the morning. I don't waiting all this damn time. But anything, they had a good time with the. She had a good time with the whole crew. And then we would see her Saturday, and she would be so excited to see us, give us hugs and everything. Be like, "Oh, what we doing tonight?" And you know us. We recycle, do it again.
mm.
We listen,
Listen,
and we
We
don't
and
judge.
we
listen and
and
we
don't
we
don't
don't
judge.
judge.
judge. Wow. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Shout
Well,
out to those special women, though. Shout out to them.
I told you there were songs about it.
Man. No, no, no. That's a little different.
Mm, no, that's
That
the
is a little
same.
different than compared to
No.
that's my girl, and compared to I'm loving the
Okay.
crew.
Okay.
Unless it's Michael Jackson and you fell in love with Dirty Diana. But other than that, it's just a little different.
Okay. Okay.
We
Fair enough.
listen.
And we don't judge.
We listen
That
and
was
we don't judge.
good.
Right.
That's
So
good.
we got that out. Everybody was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good with it.
See, wasn't that very
Cathartic.
yes. Thank you. That was good, right, Dennis? Nothing
I think
crazy.
so.
See?
Nothing too crazy. I do. Now, since we still on it, though, I think, those people out there that say that they don't eat pork, right? Right. They don't eat pork, but usually they got a girl that do eat pork and they done ate her from the Rudy to the Tootie. I just think they stupid, personally. Because you eat pork, obviously. If she
Oh
eat
my
pork and you done ate
God.
her from the
Uh,
Rudy to the Tootie, then obviously you eat pork. I just think those people are stupid.
That is not the
We
same.
listen.
Since we listen and we don't judge.
You ain't say it first, so I'm telling
We
you that's not the
listen.
same.
We
You
don't
should have
do
said
That
it
subject.
first
part.
as
You
your
were judging
outro.
that person.
I'm
Right.
not.
We judge.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying I don't agree with your statement. I'm not
That's
judging you.
judging.
Listen.
No, that's not judging. Judging is they
Listen.
show is fake pork not eaters. That's judging. Me telling you that I don't agree with
Closet.
your
The
statement.
closet pork eaters.
I decline. I decline. I decline. Yeah, I forgot
Oh my
you
God.
one of those diehard Christmas movie people. I don't want to hear it.
Die
Okay.
Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
So okay, I asked this question to my team yesterday. If Die Hard is considered a Christmas movie, is Coming to America a Christmas movie?
It
No.
could be.
No, what you call the Christmas movie? What's the one? What's the one? The one that was filmed in Philadelphia with Eddie Murphy.
Trading places?
Coming, Trading Places. Trading Places is a Christmas movie.
Y'all, I found a clip. I sent to my friend. I'm gonna send it to you, Dennis. It is Bruce Willis saying Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Thank you.
But Bruce
It's
Bruce
not.
I
Willis is
don't
out of his
care.
mind.
I don't
Bruce
care.
Willis said it out of his mouth. He was on
It,
somebody's roast.
it don't
I
count.
cannot wait to post that. Oh, I
And
can't wait to post that.
it
Please send
doesn't
it to me
count.
Die
too.
Hard is a
Die
Christmas
Hard,
movie.
Die Hard is totally a Christmas movie. Okay.
Why would
So
Coming to
then
America? Why would Coming to America be a Christmas movie?
because people's reasoning for Die Hard being a Christmas movie because it happened when it was like so. Oh, Coming to America has snow. It has. I think they had a Christmas tree when they went to the house or whatever. They
There was no
have
Santa
like it's
Claus.
around Christmas time.
But there was no Santa Claus.
It, the, okay, no, it doesn't matter. They people said like so, and I'm gonna do a poll. What and they actually tried to make it like The Shining was a Christmas movie because it was around Christmas time too.
I ain't never seen that. So
Me neither.
Yeah, but yeah, because it was around Christmas time. It actually, no one, they said it technically can't be a Christmas movie because no one made it to Christmas. Everyone died, but it was around Christmas time leading up to Christmas. So if you want to say, people say Die Hard because it happened around Christmas time. So did Coming to America.
But I wonder if Die Hard's release was also around Christmas. Because that might also be the reason, like when it was
Hmm.
originally released, if it was around Christmas, why people connected to the holiday. Because I'm be
no, you
honest,
know what? It's the last thing I'm gonna say about we're we're going to talk. What we say we is
we listen
what
and
was
we
it
Listen and
don't.
called
we
again?
don't judge. Yeah, you gotta
Listen
say
and
it
we
first.
don't judge.
Don't judge.
Yeah, iPhones are overrated. Look, I'm saying it. Overrated. I got one. Just want to let you know that I got one. This is overrated.
We listen and we don't judge.
We
Die Hard
don't.
came out in July.
It was just a reach. I was
No, I'm
trying.
looking. I'm looking because I think someone asked that question yesterday. Die Hard came out July 22nd, 1988. Sheesh.
July. She
So
said that came
July,
out in July.
What about
July.
Christmas in July? Would that not make it a connect? We can find the correlation to Christmas for us. Yes. We listen
Yeah,
and we
well,
don't judge.
we
I'm
don't
sorry.
judge.
I do judge. I do judge people who go outside the house with a bonnet on. I'm sorry.
Boom.
Sorry.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm sorry. I'm not like on no Monique type situation about it, but I do feel like how you look when you leave does impact how people treat you and how they perceive you. And being that, all of us travel, and you know what I'm talking about. If you go to the airport
Oh
looking homeless,
shit.
they will treat you like you're homeless, like you don't belong here, like, oh my God, how did you make it through security? So I do think like getting out of that, oh, I'm gonna be comfortable, I'm gonna do me, my flight's at 5 in the morning. I ain't saying you gotta have a beat face, but wash it at least. Um
Oh.
Sorry.
but I am judging. I don't know.
So I don't judge. I I've learned not to because I don't. I mean, I don't care anymore. If people judge me, but I'm like, who am I to judge? Because I might do something that's not that, but that is whatever. And I'm just, I don't. I might like, okay, whatever. I'm not
But
gonna go
you've
up and say
never
nothing to
been
anybody about, you
But,
know,
but you've
hey,
never. I'm sorry, Elise, I don't mean to cut you off, but this is the scenario in my head. You've never been out in the store and you see us, and you just be like, if why didn't they tell her? You know what I mean? Like they got on them thin tights, so now we all see your rainbow underwear underneath, and your t-shirt stops at
You
the
got underwear
waist.
on?
Like,
right, I don't wear,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
sometimes, but
We
like,
listen and we don't judge.
yeah,
we just letting things slide.
yeah, but
I feel like when you and then wait, you gotta hear the whole look, and then they got that crop t-shirt on, so the t-shirt don't hit the you know what I mean. So it's like, and then you have on your slippers, this bonnet. Because to me, the whole point of wearing a bonnet and scarf is to preserve your hair, so when you do leave the house, your hair looks nice. So that's why the bonnet outside confuses me.
yeah,
So you got that on, and you on FaceTime without any type of ear pod, so everybody hears your conversation. I'm judging. I
I,
am. I want to just give you a cardigan and some headphones.
I don't, but see, I
Oh,
don't. I think when you're saying judging, I don't think we have the same definition. I feel like when people use the word judging, it's a I'm better than you thing. But I when I look what you're saying is it's kind of like, dang, we can't do better than that. Like it's a genuine, not I'll say a concern or whatever, but I don't judging in my head and my definition is I think I'm better than you. That's what
Uh,
I look at when people say I'm judging you because I'm better than you and whatever. And I don't look at it that way. I'm gonna look at someone sideways and they come out the house looking crazy, like, like dang, somebody didn't tell her. But I don't feel like that's judging. That's like I feel bad for them. Like that's messed up. Like or I look at it as how the old folks like, oh, she just lost. Like I look at people and how they're dressed and how they talk. I'm just like, and that's real. I feel bad for them because I'm like, do you really think that that's okay? You really think that that's whatever? Because they don't see. Some people don't see anything wrong with it, and they're just like, this is just how I grow up, and this is just how whatever. My mom do this, my auntie do this, my whatever. So again, I don't my head, and this is might be not the same word. My head, the word judgy is I'm better than you and that. But the way you're saying it doesn't seem like my definition. Is it saying like, oh, I don't treat my friends like they're like, I feel bad for you. Or I'm like, that sucks that you're out here. I hope they don't look at me the same way they're looking at you because of by association. But I don't feel like that's judgy, like I'm better than you, but it's more like this wasn't you don't have the right people around you or you weren't raised the same way or you aren't taught the same values or you don't care about yourself. That's how I look at it, especially women. Like you just don't care about yourself. Dang, that's messed up. That's how I look at it. So I think it's a word thing for me.
I'm judging.
Yeah,
I am better.
whoever.
I am better.
Yeah,
I do better. I
again,
do. I do. And I think I think it's a mixture of both though. Because I don't get the pajama pants. and
Uh,
and the bonnets, I don't. I'm like you, but I hate seeing that shit in the airport. I hate seeing it in the grocery store.
yeah,
I hate
and
it.
and I'm not
And I
saying
don't
I
know.
don't
Maybe it's
hate
old
it.
school.
It's not an
I
old
just
school thing because people were been doing that since people been doing that. Like it's not a new thing. I don't know. People keep it's not a new thing, especially if you grew up in the hood. People been doing
sit.
that.
No, but
Like
it's a newer thing for me. I will say that.
okay, okay,
It's a newer
yeah.
thing for me. And when
It's
I'm
not.
saying newer, like I was not allowed, and I never seen anybody do it. Like you put a hat on over top. If you didn't wear a scarf, you might put a hat on your head, you know,
Yeah.
or you put your hood on, but you didn't wear pajama pants. You threw on sweatpants.
And I think it's a variation of different things because again, it's a raising. You were raised a certain way. I was raised a certain way. That was not allowed. That was not acceptable. That whatever you
Mm-hmm.
carry yourself as that. And even though again, if you want to judge, I'm not saying no one should judge. That's whatever. Me, in my opinion, I'm not walking around like I'm like my shit don't stink. And like or whatever, like I'm not better than anybody in a sense. Yes, I carry myself better, but I look at it as I think I look at people like emotionally look at people and like their mind, like in mental health like that. What possessed you to do that, or what has gotten you to the point that you thought that that was okay? I look at the inner whatever. I'm just look like I'm don't look at surface level whatever. Like ugh, whatever. I do get mad when I see them. Like damn, another black person or a black woman out here making us look bad. I get mad when I see stuff on TikTok or people doing videos like that. I get pissed, but I'm not judging. My brain automatically goes to something's wrong. Damn, I wish there. Like I'm a helper. I love to help people. So I'm like, I wish there was a way that they can understand, or they got to be a program. Like my brain goes to a help versus a ugh. Like it's a I'm mad at us for being like that, or how that generational was raised and everything. Because again, different areas, like you said, you didn't see that. I saw different variations of that. Like it's just different. So I don't judge people for judging either. If you judge, you judge. If you think that's
All right,
what you
so
are, cool.
let me ask you this. This is a flip on that same conversation, just a different place. How do you feel about the new way people dress for church? Because a lot of people take that come as you are
Mm.
and they take that and they run with that in regards to how they come to church. So, for instance, are you okay for on a Sunday service for someone to be in church in shorts?
I don't care.
Okay.
And here's the reason why. Again, and it's because my dad's a pastor. I've been like in it, whatever. And when you turn somebody away, or you're looking, that's what people say. The church is the biggest, judgiest place, and that's why people don't want to come because they feel like whatever. People, there are. I used to when I used to work on Sundays. I used to just go to the balcony because I didn't want to disrupt the service leaving out. But there were people who were like people who are lost or may have left church and come back, they would sit in the balcony or sit in the back because they did not want anybody to say nothing to them because that, but they wanted the word and they wanted that. If when you're first initially coming in and you're like or whatever, but when you understand later, then I'm like, okay, you know, that's not okay because you don't know too who has what or what they got going on either. I met somebody who was like, they were homeless and they came in whatever they had in, but they knew they didn't want to be in church. I'm like, just come, it's okay. Nobody's gonna say nothing to you. And after a while, after when you get somebody you trust, like we were talking like that, then she changed up how she whatever. But she came as she was, and she came straight from whatever, but she came. No one said nothing to her, whatever, but that was her in. That was her opener. I felt
Mm-hmm.
safe enough to be myself now and knowing that
Mm-hmm.
there's better there. So that's where that helping comes in. People like literally, and churches preach this too. Churches are the biggest judgy people in the world. But and
Yes, they
that's
are.
old school stuff too, because they have a transition, meeting people where they are. and then make that transition. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm gonna keep coming in here and I got clothes, I'm gonna keep coming here like I'm, hey, about to hit. That's different. But when you coming in, you'll know what stage. I watch Pastor Mike, and I literally and I peeped it. The girl with the tattoo on her face, that the blue face
Oh,
baby mama.
Krishan?
Yeah,
Krishan?
she like just showed up in there and was just with her baby and just she didn't make no big whatever. She was just in the corner and he talked about judging and stuff like that. Like some people need their different little openings or whatever to get in there, and then that. I have actually seen her a couple times afterwards. She wasn't dressed as she was the first time, but that's her little opening. So again, no, I don't care if you have shorts on or whatever. I don't care. You walk in there naked, that's a different thing. You get the prayer cloth, put it over you, and then go
That's
from there.
that's it.
But that little
That's
that thing you
it.
put on your
Put
thing
it
back in the
across your
day,
legs.
yeah, put it across your legs. I'm like, it's not even that
I
short.
Too
was
short.
I was talking about the ones that come up there with them short skirts.
That
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was. Y'all was being too nice. I was talking about them ones. Them ones coming there like
There has been strippers that have
if
come
they
into church. I've seen them come into church, but again, it's in the balcony. I'm like, okay, but they there, they cry like everything, and
how you knew they were strippers?
shut up, Dennis.
How
Shut up.
you knew they were strippers?
I
Like,
know they were strippers.
do
Mind
tell.
your business. Shut up.
Do tell they had clear heels.
Came fresh from work. No, I'm more so talking about the people who just don't have the reverence. And I think maybe that's an old school train of thought for that particular space because it's okay. Like people know when you go to a job interview, well, let me take that
Nope.
back, but I'll say
Nope.
it. But they
No.
used to know, let me say it that way. They used to know when you're going to a job interview how to dress. Because I've heard recently too, someone came to a job interview in shorts. So they used to know that that required a certain presentation. And I just was like, okay, we can do it for that. We can do it for the Lord. That is where my thought was. I get what you're saying is meet them where they are, let them come in, and that will come with time. I get that. But I'm talking about the ones who's been there, been invested, and trying to get a man, and they tend to be
That's a
looking
whole
for, yeah,
now, that's a
yeah,
whole different thing. That's a whole different thing because
yeah.
that's like me showing up in some daggone shorts. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I know whatever, and I'm choosing to do. I'm being opposite. Defined. I'm doing it on purpose for a certain purpose, not for the purpose that I'm there for, but for to what Mr. Ham say, Mr. Get my MRS. Get that missus, get that man. But that's not even if that person's really whatever. That's not how you're gonna do it. But no, that's no. I think it's also times have changed to your point about the interview thing. Remember people were like, "Don't get no tattoos on whatever,
Hmm.
or whatever." Like I see management people with tattoos everywhere, like everywhere. It's not unacceptable to have showing tattoos in an interview or at a job or in management or anything like that. Now you can have all
No,
that. It's
no.
just not. I
It,
and I've seen
and
it.
just like
Dang.
I remember back in the day they used to say stuff about your voicemail. Don't have your voicemail with the
Hmm.
music on
Yep.
there, crazy. Now they text you, so they don't even get to your voicemail. They text you. So it's
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
it all depends
Yeah.
on what's going on.
I had to tell somebody I don't check voicemails. Don't leave me no voicemail.
I have like over
I have
300.
I
Yeah.
have I have visual voicemail, so
So do
all I
I.
gotta do is read it. So when they do it, I'm like, I don't even
Um,
play. I just read it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not calling that person back, or okay, I'll call that person back. But yeah, I don't listen to voicemail. I
Terrible,
just
just terrible.
because it's on the phone. I don't even have a voice message. It's the automated one. You have reached do 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 do.
Right.
Leave a
I
message.
used to have a real good voicemail back in the day. It
Oh,
was
with the
definitely
CD
one that was
playing.
not going to get me a job. My grandma used to
what?
tell me that all the time. Take that stuff off your. Nobody gonna call you for no job. I ain't taking it off.
Yo, remember the callback tunes? Remember you used to be able to
Yeah.
call
Yes,
somebody in here, used to pick, yo, I spend money on
That
Yeah.
songs.
ringtones.
Ri-
Everybody had their own ringtone. So like now my phone stays on silent. I will
yep.
never hear them again. But used to pay for ringtones for each individual person so you know who was calling. Oh
Mhm.
So
yeah.
like
Yeah.
if you wasn't near your phone and you heard that certain music, you like, oh okay, all right, that's the vibe I call. I call it back.
Yeah, seriously. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I know who that. Oh, that's 80s. Okay. Or
My
yeah.
husband still has a ringtone. He is the only
That's
one.
what's up.
Hmm.
That is what's up.
Yeah.
He still has
My
a ringtone because
my
I feel
phone
like
literally
whenever
stays
he
on.
calls me, he feels like it's an emergency anyway.
Yeah, my phone stays on vibrate.
That stays
And
on rate.
and I think mostly because I get so many alerts from emails. I have 4 different emails. I have this app alerting me of this and this, and it's just annoying. So I'd rather hear the and even the vibration has different vibrations for when someone's calling you, it vibrates differently. When someone's texting you, it vibrates differently. When you get a messenger message, it vibrates differently. So I know by the vibrate what it is, but I don't have to hear it. So yeah, I don't have a bunch of
Dennis, how much time do we have? I have a question, but I don't want to go over.
No, we got time. Go ahead. Ask a question.
Okay, flipping the script a little bit from what we've been talking about. So y'all know, we talked about the whole thing with the United Healthcare with the loss of their CEO and the lack of empathy that has been found amongst the people in regards to his death. Um, One of the comments that I've seen is like they start asking, "Who's the CEO?" For instance, Chipotle wanted to increase their prices again. So people were like, "Who's the Chipotle CEO?" Do you think like we're moving into our Batman era? Do you think that we're
recount.
Mm.
finally getting?
I think we've been there.
But do you think it's real now? Because I feel like we just had Jason Bourne, okay? Because you can't tell me that wasn't John Wick, Jason Bourne who did
Hmm.
that. like, like, what is happening? You know what I'm talking about, Dennis?
I think I do, but then again, maybe I don't. Maybe you explain it more because I think I'm on another level. I don't know.
You
Maybe I'm
remember the
overthinking
United?
the situation.
So earlier this week, the United Healthcare CEO was assassinated outside his office right before a board meeting. And there's plenty of video to see the assassination. And the guy was in all black, face mask. They supposedly say he got off on a city bike, but he shot him 20 feet away, came up on him, cleared his silencer, and then finished the job. Um, so United Healthcare was one of had one of the highest denials when it came to health insurance. So out of
Right.
1 in 3 claims would be denied. And mind you, you already pay for your benefits, right? And they're also one of the largest contractors for Medicare and Medicaid. So they found out that the bullets had written on them defend. What was it? He wrote things like deny,
Denial.
defend,
Jesus.
and something else. So that's what I mean by Batman era. Like it's no longer just in comments and
I think
conversations
defund.
and defund. Like people actually took it to the streets and they can't find them. They can't
Oh,
find him.
They don't protect them.
New York is only offering 10 bands for people to find them, and everybody was like, "Yeah, I ain't seen nothing." But
Yeah.
And
then
they posted his job the next day.
yeah,
United Healthcare posted that man's position.
they had the board meeting that morning, so they walked over his body. They had the board meeting. Their stock went up 2%, and they found out the guy had been at the
well,
location all night long waiting for him to arrive.
Hmm.
so the fact that they posted his job the next day was that bad? I mean, they did have to fill the position. Like,
What? He was
But
just
no,
saying
no, 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 no. Come on now.
they
That's
were
what's
just
the
like
what's
how
the? Well, I'm just
no.
trying to figure out how long are they supposed to wait to fill his position?
I mean, I would say until the man's funeral at least. Like, damn, HR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You
Like
you
he
you put people in
Well,
place, like whoever was his second in command, you put people in place. People know their jobs. We gotta get through
well, the
it.
second in command probably don't want the job because they see his assassinator out there that's gonna knock them off, and y'all
Mm.
ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Well, then whoever was his boss need to come down and do their job. That's part of being a supervisor and management. It's filling in the
Yeah,
gaps.
and
Yeah.
just like at any other job, you know that boss that's up high ain't doing a job that's beneath them. You know it.
It was just
That's just like at
heartless.
any other school. So what they
It
gonna
was just
do?
heartless.
They'll hire somebody from the outside. Only
Well,
bad thing about them is they gonna fuck around and hire the guy that killed them.
the way that could happen, I mean, he looked like a regular person, and he got away. And then they realized that he didn't get away on the city bike, and that he actually got away on a bus out in New York. They don't know where this man is. But my point being is like I know that everybody's talked about this, but I feel like the callousness that you see in the comment section is showing us that the people are tired, and I think we've really gotten to our Gotham era, not just in Philly, but all over now. Like people are like to the point where the health insurance companies have taken the pictures of their CEOs off of the website. Like the McDonald's CEO is bringing back the snack wrap because he don't want no problems. Like they made
Yo,
people.
yo,
I'm dead ass serious, bro. I'm so.
yo. I don't. I think it's deep because in the healthcare department, which Obama was trying to fix, but people didn't want to listen. In the healthcare department, people are going through illnesses that's considered life or death, and those healthcare departments just to say no. It was a movie that we watched that's not real, but John Q. John Q is one of my favorite Denzel movies of all time. That's my
Mhm.
favorite one. John Q. John Q is the movie that made me start liking Denzel. To be honest with you, John Q really shows you how they really don't give a f about you
Mhm.
in the healthcare department. They really don't. It is really about that paper and that's it. If you ain't got no money, we don't care. That is
Well,
really how they feel, and it's a shame.
well, that was the thing is that United Healthcare was using AI for their claims, and so they had one of the highest number of denials because they were just using the algorithm to deny. They weren't having it actually reviewed by an actual person.
Mm.
So yeah, there was a lot of anger. A lot of anger. A lot of people are coming out and telling their stories like, oh well, I've had family loss. Like they said, based on his denials, he's killed more people than any serial killer in history based on the
Mm,
level of denials.
mm.
But I feel like we're in a fuck around and find out era. Um,
Well, he can't approve everybody either, so I can see where that's going. But
one out
I
of
just think
three.
I just think that maybe we need to start if they don't want more healthcare CEOs to get knocked off. Maybe they need to start looking at what Canada does.
Universal healthcare.
So that ain't gonna
But
happen in this
that's not gonna
upcoming
happen.
term.
No,
Not at all.
no. If yeah, if they get to keep what's already in place, so if
That's
that's even going to stay in place, because that's what was he was trying to do. What other countries do is the universal health care, and America is not, historically not ready for the change that I think the good change, or it's just no. So yeah, he was trying to do that. So that's just probably going to get all unraveled anyway. So back to square one, but not even though he can't deny approve everybody. You got a computer dealing with people's lives to approve or deny something. No.
it was just the more of a bottom line and a lack of people, and I think that's where the thing with healthcare has shifted, because I just seen one where a lot more doctors are becoming privatized, meaning they're not accepting insurance because they don't want to deal with
Mhm.
insurance, the denials and things like that, or having to get the prior authorizations. But as someone who is a consumer, I can't afford every time I need to see my primary care doctor to give him $150 for a 10-minute visit because I just really needed to refill my prescriptions. That's not fair to me either. So I feel like as a healthcare system overall, we need to reevaluate. We really need to change the practices. But I think overall as a country, not even you know what I mean, in our area, people are just tired and they are pushing back. like this was an extreme push. I would like to see pushback that doesn't cause the laws of a life. But
Yeah.
I'm here for it though. If we want to shake up the system, somebody was saying why shouldn't job interviews be blind? Why do you need to see the candidate? If the job is based on qualifications and skills, what do I look like? Why does that even matter? You should be able to have a phone conversation and do my interview or a Zoom without seeing me if we're really trying to become progressive.
I have something for that vibe. This is just me
You
because
being devil's advocate, Elise.
I swear somebody did like a whole switcheroo on me, and their camera wasn't working, and I feel like somebody else did the interview, and then the real person got hired. That would be my own,
Ooh,
and that again, I've done hundreds of interviews, but I think because it was virtual, and I'm like, I didn't even feel like it. I'm like, usually we'll reschedule if we can't do a video, whatever. I just said, whatever, I'll just do audio. The one time I said, whatever, I'll just do audio. And then and the person didn't end up on my team, it was someone else's team, and I was like, that's not who like. I'm like, no, 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 no. No. First of all, their voice didn't even sound like that. Like I think someone else did the interview for them, but and it would have been okay if you're not a good interviewer and whatever. But they were terrible. And I'm like, that's not who I interviewed. You're not gonna put that on me. They were terrible, like terrible. And I'm like, you didn't know how to answer like this. They answered all the questions right, customer service. So that person who I interviewed had great customer service experience, whatever their resume said. When they actually got on the floor, whoever the new person was, that wasn't them. It was the person who actually needed the job versus the person who interviewed for them. That was my only little caveat. I agree. I've been doing that stuff, and I'm like, why now they have preferred not to divulge my race or my
gender.
gender and stuff like that. But then
Mhm.
I feel like it's a catch-22 because I'm like, if I put prefer not to say, you're gonna say, oh, they're a problem. I don't know. It's like a catch-22 to me. If I put prefer not to say, hmm, now that's where you are going like, well, I'm gonna filter, even though it's not legal, you can make up
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So
I don't know. Sadie's, what are your thoughts? Do you think?
I do think we're going into Gotham City. Um, I just feel like I'm preparing an arsenal.
mm,
I am storing up the rations, gun permit. I do feel like we going into Gotham City. I do feel like people are tired and they're just gonna take matters into their own hands. I'm also fearful. I'm one of those people that went through like election depression,
Yeah,
and
mhm.
I was like really sick the
Yeah.
a couple of days after because just the fear, the onset of the fear. And I'm so sorry, Dennis, if we have turned this into a whole different conversation.
sorry.
But
I miss y'all.
yeah,
I miss y'all. Just let y'all know I miss y'all. I miss
oh,
y'all.
We
Don't
thank
worry
miss
about
you
you.
it.
too.
I,
We
I
miss.
do I do think we're going into Gotham City, and I think it's going to come down to how the community takes care of the community, right? So who's in your circle? We have had conversations, Dennis,
Mhm.
about who can do what. Who knows how to fix a roof? Who knows how to fix plumbing? Who can garden? Like I do feel like that is coming.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I'm not surprised that it happened. I am surprised by the lack of empathy and
Mhm.
sympathy that happened when that man lost his life. I'm not surprised, and I won't be surprised if it happens again with somebody else. Especially if homeboy gets away scot free.
Yeah.
It'd be a black man, he would have been caught by now,
Yeah.
hung by his toes. But they got pictures of homeboy like laughing and smiling at the hospital he was staying at. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
it is what it is, and I don't think this incoming administration is gonna make
Hey,
it any better.
somebody was like, he's not getting a cabinet. It's a junk drawer. He don't have barely any Dr. Oz though. Dr. Oz, really?
Yeah. Heavy on the prayer.
heavy on
Heavy
the
on the
prayer.
prayer. Yeah.
Yep.
So you have
Yep.
to. You
Yeah.
have to. Which is the only reason why I'm laughing and smiling, because that is where my trust lies. Because right now, we rely heavily on things that very much could disappoint us. So,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Yeah. That's true. Mm.
Hmm.
Mm. Take it
What
back to
about you, Dennis? Is it Gotham? Is it not?
I don't think it's Gotham. I think this is the same old BS we've been going through. To be honest with you, um,
Mm.
the fact that they assassinated that guy with the bullets and the name and all that, just a little wrinkle to what's been going on. Um,
Mm.
I don't think it's Gotham though. They'll
Okay.
find him if they want to find him. They'll
I don't
find him.
think they
It's
want
too late.
to.
Did they
No,
ever
it's
find the
too late.
guy who did the voting thing? Did they ever find him?
I
The
don't
guy
think
who was
so.
blowing up the ballots?
I've never heard them finding anybody who was blowing up the ballots. Mm-mm.
Mm.
Just like our, Mr. 4547 got shot. They put his fist up after that. None of this would surprise me. No.
Mm.
We've just signed on for like a deluxe season of The Apprentice, and I
Duh.
I just need everybody like to.
Jeez.
And then the
We
other
made it.
thing
We
that's
only got 4 years, so we made it through the first 4 years. The only thing is that he shut the government down twice.
well,
So
the thing is that they're trying very heavily this time to get people to not pay attention to the news and media. So much so, like they're telling people, "Oh no, it's okay for you to unplug and not pay attention." I think those are the things that worry me. Is like he's trying to dismantle, like he's coming after PBS and Sesame Street. So like things that would be public access and education and things like that, he's trying to attack that. So that's
Come
my
on, Robert.
concern.
I seen that comment.
Go around.
yeah,
Yeah.
Robert's a Bills fan. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
but I see. I understand he was. I had a feeling he was going to win before Kamala Harris got there. I had a feeling he was going to win. And the only thing I was thinking about is that he's only getting another 4 years. Hopefully, these 4 years just breeze by without him doing something too stupid. But I know he gonna do something too stupid. That's just who
Super.
he is.
Yep.
Right? Like they're like Republic. I really believe that Republicans get in to being president to make sure that their names get in the record books. Like, no, I'm just not another regular president. I actually did something, whether it was good or bad. I did
Hmm.
something. Not even sometimes it's bad, but I did something.
I agree. I don't know. I feel like just continue to pay attention and vet the sources of information. Like that was one thing that I'm realizing is that they put out their narrative that they want, but you have to be able to critically think and utilize some other skills too. So
Yeah,
mm-mm.
we'll make. I really did want her to win though. I wanted to see what it felt like to have a black female president
It would
or
have
Indian.
been so progressive. It would have been real. Right now, I feel like we're living in a simulation.
Mm. 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 Yeah. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. But and Dennis, I'm gonna say I appreciate you saying that as a black man because I was actually a little appalled of how many black men did not want that. So I appreciate
Oh
you.
my goodness! It
I
was
just want to say that.
not just black
Uh,
men. There was black women that didn't want it. I was like, the fuck?
yeah,
That took me off.
yeah. So, but again, because for me, I saw more of the black men than women. But man, one black woman. But um, I appreciate you saying that and stuff because it's a different level of support. Um, and this is why they say what they say about black women being, you know, the most underappreciated, all that stuff. So it's That would have been definitely the alley oop, the greatness uh, that we kind of needed, you know, and in a time where it's always an attack on us for being just us variations, different variations of us. So that's all. I'm being nice. That's your compliment for the year.
Black women deserve it. Don't worry about all black women deserve it. I ain't gonna lie. I put some black women through some stuff, so I know black women deserve it.
We
Mm.
listen and we don't judge.
Ain't this some fun? Yeah.
Way to bring that back, man.
We
Right.
listen and
She's full circle, full
full
circle.
circle. We listen and we don't
Appreciate it.
judge.
Oh, that was nice.
But we
Now, do y'all have any final words?
Well, we're excited because we are finally in a place where our hiatus was supposed to be a short period, and then life came in and it kind of got extended years. So we're excited to be coming back in February. We decided that
Whoa, oh shit! Drink.
because that's
Some
I'll
our
be
breaking
back.
news.
Give me a drink. Hold on. Hold on. Got me a fucking drink. Got some breaking news. Hold up. Hold up. Got some
Wait,
breaking
what did
news.
I miss? What
He
happened?
just he went to
we
go get a
Got
drink
decided
to
that we're coming
celebrate.
back in
Oh,
February.
a celebratory drink.
Yes, I can't.
Oh shit, now.
I'm on the
Oh,
clock so I can have vitamin water, but
whatever you drinking that listen, I ain't. We listen and we don't judge.
thank you. Thank you. Yes. Mhm. So we're excited for that. We have a lot of things in the works for that, and so we're looking forward to that. That's my final thought. We get to do this again. We miss being here, and doing this with you, with Sharon, with Jay Will, with everybody that we've become friends with. So we look forward to new conversations, late night, early morning, however we can fit them in our schedule, and more new episodes of our podcast dropping the confectionery. So that's what for me, my final note,
That's good
ladies,
to hear.
ladies.
I'll go. I'll say, I just want to say thank you, Dennis, for always being a brother and a partner. You are the fourth member.
Absolutely.
Sweet love, TMA.
Woody.
I don't
Silent
know
D.
where we will put the D. We have to talk about
It's a
that, but
silent D.
you know what I
The
mean.
D is
Silent D.
silent. The D is silent.
I
Like
want to
Django.
say thank you to you and to Sharon in her absence.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us that space and that platform. And want to say thank you to her, even though she's not present. Like send our love.
Yeah.
And just we appreciate you. And shout out to you. You in the trenches, Dennis. I don't think I've ever seen you come out of the trenches. Way
Yeah.
to press through, persevere, all of that. Definitely admire you and your effort and all that. And take care of yourselves coming into
Definitely.
2025. And yeah, see y'all soon. And we gonna put a late night show on the books because
Yes.
I don't care the time of day, we can't keep the PJ. So
Right. She's yeah. To piggyback, shout out to you, Dennis, the hardest working man in podcasting, especially during football season. But yes,
Wow.
thank you and thanks, Sharon. Um, it this is a thank you for not forgetting about us. So we'll say
Thank
that. Even
you.
though we
Yeah.
taking the thing, we just you always remembering like, hey, y'all want to. Oh, okay, yeah. So we appreciate you and we appreciate your patience with us too, not having stuff, up and ready. But it's always a good time. It's like we never left, so that's
Yeah.
always a good thing. And lastly, you definitely owe me money for your free advertisement from your t-shirt and from your hoodie, and I'll be sending you the bill very soon. But TMA will be getting that as well soon and
We
coming. So
listen and we
I'm gonna get
don't
on it.
judge. All right.
Give me my money. Give me my money. But seriously, I love this, and this is just always a good time. Time flies when you're having fun, and this is just this is just great.
Yes.
So thank
Yes.
you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
And thank you, Sharon, too, wherever you are.
Thank you.
Yes. The one thing I want to say is, on the show, I try to like preach happiness on the show because I can't really give you advice that is going to be, always great advice. Sometimes my advice may just be some whole shit. All right. I'm just let you know out there, maybe some ghetto shit. But the one thing I am going to give you is I want you to genuinely be happy. All right. It's hard to find genuine happiness out here. So what I want you to do is to genuinely be happy. So whatever it is, whatever you do to make yourself happy, that is what I preach for you. All right. It's hard to be genuinely happy out there. You find something that you do that makes you genuinely happy, please do it. And please have a good time. This is the side John. Great day. Have a great day.